All right, welcome back, everybody. If you're here live, it's great to have you watching. If you're watching on the recording on YouTube or like 8 years after the events took place, thanks for popping in here as well. This is game number 5 of Civ4 AI Survivors season number 9. In this game, we have a relatively tight Pangea. There's a little bit more space in the south than in the north, but not a ton. People have also said this is a very dry map. I did not deliberately do that. I think it just worked out that way. The favorite in the picking contest for this game is Wayne Kopak. He is almost always the favorite in any game that he appears in. He is picked by just under 40% of the people in the picking contest. I do not think this is a good start. Before we did the recording, I went on at length about why I thought this was not a good starting position for him. It just doesn't really match up with his starting text very well, and it's just a very slow start. The odds he's going to get crushed here in the corner are, I think, reasonably high. But he is still the favorite in this game. I have picked Tokugawa. I am not very confident in that prediction, but I was just trying to read the map as best I could. My prediction was, I think Tokugawa and Washington, who's over here, I think one of them wins the game, and I think the other one's first to die. And that plays out. I just think the low piece weights are stronger than the high piece weights on this map, but I could be proven wrong. We've also changed Washington's color to green. I'm aware that Washington normally doesn't have green, but his default blue did not fit very well with the very dark blue and then like the teal blue of Louis and Wang Kan. And then I can't change it to red, which is another American color because Tokugawa has red. So I then changed him to white for red, white, and blue, but Frederick is gray and the white was too similar to the gray. So we have the Green Mountain Boys today, just to use another American Revolution analogy, even though they weren't really related to Washington. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and first to die, Washington is the favorite for first to die, but nobody is like a huge favorite in runner-up or first to die either. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, guys. All right, starting text. Who's researching religion? Well, if you have Kopak in this game, good news. He has not chosen to open with a religion. That is very good news, I think, for Kopak stands. He's opening with hunting. Now, is that a hunting into animal husbandry? Because it's just hunting. So he's going to research hunting for his ivory. And then does he go animal husbandry or does he go for religion? Is actually a really good question. And I am curious to see what he does from there. Wang Kan is opening with a religion, which means he's going to have a relatively slow start. What are his texts again? He's mysticism mining? Yeah, he has Korea's starting text. Okay. So that means his workers will be able to mine this sheep tile, and that is basically it. I guess they'll be able to mine this when the borders expand. So he's going to have a relatively slow start here, but he will 100% get the first religion. So where is the settler going to go? Tokugawa is researching agriculture, which is a good move, because he can't rely just on the clams for food. That's only a 4 food tile. Toku, as Japan, does start with fishing. I believe they're fishing hunting, is that right? No, fishing wheel. Ooh, fishing wheel. Interesting combo. I like that. I think I like that more than fishing mining. That's an interesting combo. So that actually is a pretty good choice. Frederick is going fishing, which is good because he has a seafood start, but it's bad because his other texts are hunting and mining. Mining is useless here. Hunting is useless here. This is going to be a very slow start because he cannot connect he can't build farms. He can't build roads. He can't connect the cows, and he won't get any benefit from the clams until he builds a workboat. So this is a very slow start for him. Louis is opening fishing, which makes sense. Now, the advantage for Louis is he's France. He has agriculture wheel starting text, so he will be able to farm this as soon as his borders expand, and he's creative, so that happens very fast. So this is a dry wheat, but he'll be able to farm this, and then he'll have a workboat, presumably after that. And is that all the leader? Oh, Washington. Washington's opening rather oddly with hunting. He should open mining. He really should open with mining. He already starts with agriculture. America is agriculture fishing starting text. He should open mining for his gems, but instead he's on hunting. He's not opening archery, is he? Please, for his sake, not open archery here. Nope, just hunting. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, and Frederick's land is not great after the capital either. I mean, he does have the gold tiles, which are interesting, but that's it. There's not a lot of food down there. Okay, next up, where are the settlers going? All right, remember, it's wherever all the AI starts with an extra settler on deity, and it's wherever the archer is going. So when a Kopak is going, is he going to go settle the wheat? That would actually be smart if he settled the wheat. If he settles the... I don't know. I'm not sure where he's going. Is he going up here or down? It's either going to be the wheat or the pig, the cows. I can't talk for some reason. Okay, up here, Washington's going north. Louis going south. They're going to run right into each other. Tokugawa's going south. That's good for Huayna-Capac. So far, no one's moving towards Huayna-Capac here. Freddy is going southwest, and Wang Khan is going east. Okay, that's good. I was a little afraid that Wang Khan was going to go, like, here. That was a possibility. So his holy city will be well situated. He could put it, like, here, which would be pretty dry, but not awful. Anyway, do barbs have archery? Yes, they do. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, is anyone settled? Okay, so we have a settler from Washington. A little jungly. Well, not that bad. Only 3 jungle tiles. This isn't too bad because his work will be able to come over here and improve the corn. And it does connect copper. Now, the early copper can be good or it could be bad. Of course, you'll also have to research mysticism to be able to pop borders. And then he also has the pig style, although Louis is right here. I'm thinking Louis is going to settle on that. Yeah, okay. Okay. That means Washington will never get control of this tile unless he somehow turns this into a holy city. Because Louis' culture is going to expand and grab these pigs. Yeah, I feel like these two are going to get into a conflict sooner rather than later. That seems very obvious that conflict is in their future. So Louis will have this. I mean, he has 4 floodplains. What is it? A grassland hill pigs. Marble. The marble could be bad for him because Louis could go into crazy wonder mode. But overall, I mean, Orleans is a better city than New York. It's not really that close. I don't think that's good for America that these cities are this close together. I don't know if that's a good sign for America that that's the case. Anyway, did anyone else settle? So Frederick has settled the real poverty point, where he's apparently going to build a 22-turn settler down here. Okay. He does start with hunting, so his worker can come down here and improve this, and that'll help. But this is I mean, it's the only food available. People are saying it's the only food available. That's not wrong. He needs to get a settler out and then take it over here and like just claim this river valley. That's his only realistic shot. Okay, other leaders are still settling. Where's Huayna-Capac? Okay, Huayna-Capac apparently is going for this cow. Okay, I mean, okay. He has 1 food bonus. He's building a monument to pop borders. I mean, I've seen worse. I wouldn't say this is amazing or anything, but I've seen certainly worse. What is Huayna-Capac's worker doing? He just finished. He's about to finish hunting. Okay. Wang Khan went a little further east than I would have expected over here. At least he didn't settle on the gold, so he's going to have sheep for some food and a dry rice. Okay, I mean, this is not bad. And it is going to be a holy city, so he'll start pumping out some holy city culture into this part of the map. So that's not bad. Pretty good choice. And Tokugawa settled. Oh, well, that's a pretty nice spot. I like this. Floodplains and ivory. Pretty good. That's one, and it's on a river too for some commerce. Not bad. So, yeah, and Toku's still researching agriculture. Right now, all he can do is build roads. I guess he will technically have a trade connection between his 2 cities pretty early on. Okay. I like some of these cities. I like that Tokugawa city. I think Wang Khan city choice is pretty good too. And I do like Louis' city as well. Okay. So right now, we'll wait. We want to see... Oh, Louis on mysticism. Is Louis going to go for... now, that is probably not... He's going for meditation now. He might pull off meditation afterwards. But that would be interesting if Louis got the other religion. Oh, if Orleans becomes a holy city, that would be very awkward for Washington. Anyway, well, we're going to see this religion pop up here any second now. How many more turns? He has 2 more turns. So Freddy is doing early wheel tech. Okay. I mean, he needs animal husbandry. He should be researching animal husbandry, I think. Washington went Washington going mining. Okay, that's good. This is nice too. He gets the early corn connection, so he'll finish that settler a little bit faster. Huayna-Capac did go animal husbandry, so that's, I mean, he's taking the proper tech path. He definitely needs that, so that's good. And I think that's all the new tech choices we've seen at the moment. Frederick remembered season 7. Thanks for my picks. I made Wynakopek pick the right tech choices. Yeah, I mean, this gives him a shot, but I don't love this. Building a 46-turn settler, that has to be a mistake. Okay, that looks more like it. 15-turn settler. I don't like a 46-turn settler. Fortunately, it wasn't quite that bad. I mean, I don't love it when they build a settler in the capital and it's going to take like 15 turns to do it. That's pretty slow, but I mean, at least he's expanding, right? So that's something. All right, what religion is Wynakopek going to pick? Or not, what Wang Khan going to pick? Confucius, of course he picks Confucianism. That makes sense. We have choose religions on, so he picks the religion that's very common in Korea. Should have guessed that he was going to pick that. Wynakopek is farming stuff. Well, I mean, there was nothing else he could do with this worker. He couldn't improve this until the borders expanded and he researched hunting, so there was like nothing else he could do there. All right, we have our first barbs popping up here. Who's going to get the first settler out, just out of curiosity? 12, I'm seeing 12 turns, 10 turns. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be Washington will get the first settler out. And Louis is the only one on mysticism right now. Okay, we knew Wang Khan was going to convert. I want to see if Louis queues up religion here. Nope, he canceled his religious push and went for pottery instead. So that second religion is still out there for someone if they want to chase after it. And Tokugawa then went hunting. Okay, well that makes sense. He wanted to connect his corn, and he should shave a turn or two off this settler build when that's done. Yeah, he shaved 2 turns off his settler build. And now he's going to have be able to connect the ivory. Early happiness is always nice. All right, meanwhile, Freddy is building workboats. Louis is presumably also building workboats. Did he connect? He connected the fish. Now, he needs happiness. All these leaders need... He doesn't really have a good source of happiness early. But Wynakopek's making some progress towards animal husbandry. He connected the... what's it called? The ivory. Not the fastest settler build, but he's doing what he can with what he's got. And he's making progress towards animal husbandry. Note, by the way, that the financial bonus is not doing anything at the moment. There's literally nothing that activates the financial bonus here. That's why I said these dry starts are not as good. And Washington's about to... Oh, no, he's building a farm. Washington, no, don't build a farm. Is he going to cancel that? Please tell me he's going to... All right, he did swap that over. Good job, Washington. But, like, notice that his capital's size 5. Like, he farmed the corn, he farmed the bananas... And now he's going to connect the gems. Don't be surprised if Washington founds the second religion. Just because he's going to have that extra commerce over everybody else here at the start of the game. And Wang Khan is building a settler at this city itself. Oh, I don't like this. No, I don't like this at all. A 25-turn settler? What is this? What is this, Wang Khan? Are you trolling us again? I mean, he did mine the gold tile, but like that only produces 2 hammers. And no food. What is this? Hopefully what he'll do is he'll finish agriculture and then go farm this. Hopefully, for his sake. Anyway, Tokugawa's now on archery. This is the danger when you pick someone like Tokugawa, because he's going to go for that early archery. Oh, boy. The gold poison pill. I mean, he'll connect this, which won't be bad, but yeah, okay. So, and then Louis is building a settler in his second city. He probably should have built it in his capital. Just once he connected these workboats, just build the settler there. But it's the AI; they're going to do silly things. I do like the worker build though. That's kind of nice. All right, we're going to see our first settlers done. Frederick doing early pottery. Frederick, you can't build cottages. There's a tree on every tile. You can't build cottages. You need bronze working in animal husbandry, not pottery. Oh, man. That's not what you want. Okay, let's see where Washington sends this settler. And then the question is, who else is going to go for that second religion, which is just right out there? I guess he could build a cottage on the cows. I know, right? Yeah, don't be surprised if Washington founds the second religion. He's going for it. I think he might get it. Which would then make New York a holy city. Okay, I was like, there's no way that this city ever gets control of the pigs. Unless it becomes a holy city. Well, it might become a holy city. Because it looks like he's going in. Oh, wait. No, Louis is going. Oh, no. Louis got the jump on him. They're both going for this. They're both going for it. Interesting. Yeah, it could be bad for Washington if he gets a religion because Wang Khan already has a religion. And they really need to be friends in this game if they're not. Also, what's this? Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Wine Kopek archery. No. He can't afford to go archery this early in the game. Not with his tech being so slow. Oh, that is going to be a serious delay. Now, in his defense, Wine Kopek did get the 2 early techs. He needed hunting and animal husbandry. But unfortunately, the early hunting means they have a chance to roll this. He needs wheel. He really needs bronze working because he has so many forests. He needs to chop them down. But he also would benefit from wheel tech a lot, so he could start connecting resources. Yeah. Also, for some reason, he's connecting the sheep first over the cows. I think the cow's the better tile. Louis getting religion means him and Wina Kopek might tussle. It's also possible. All right, well, anyway, Washington did finish the settler, so let's see where this is going to go. And who else finished a settler? Was it Tokugawa? All right, Toku's going west into the jungle, which is probably not ideal, but if it clears the way to get to this river valley, that would be more positive. What is this Quechua doing down here? So apparently he's farming the... I mean, so Osaka's a nice-looking city, so... And Toku does get the early river connect. He's probably the tech leader right now. Actually, well, no, because some people have Washington has a gems and all right. Wang Khan swapped off the gold tile onto this, so he does get the settler done faster. Of course, he loses out the gold bonus, and that's still not a very fast settler. Freddie also just finished a settler as well, and Wina Kopek is close to a settler too. Wina Kopek also just finished a settler. The downside though is he got a settler at the same time as some of these others, but his capital is size 2. And, like, Louis' capital is size 5. Yeah, I mean, he's just a little behind the 8 ball there. But let's see, where's Washington going with his settler? Where is it? Here it is, right here. I'll put on the unit, wherever you see the archer, that's where the settlers are. And Tokugawa is apparently going to fight his way through the jungle, as I said. Freddie is moving. Freddie needs to get to this river valley super badly. He really should just settle like right over here. Okay, Toku didn't go that far away. Now this is not a good... This is a terrible spot. Toku, I'm regretting picking you. It's actually good long term. Like once he gets to ironworking, this is a good spot, but it's terrible pre-ironworking. There's just nothing here that he can do. It's already run out of health at size 1, although he's going to have 2 more health once the road gets over there. But, I mean, that's a bad spot. There's just no getting around it. Kyoto looks nice. Osaka looks nice. That city's absolute garbage. That spot's terrible. But I feel like he almost had to put a city here so he can get over to this river valley, which is, like, super desirable. You want to get territory here. Anyway. Washington still has a settler. Oh, it's also turned... Washington, I don't know where this is going. I guess it's going south? Is he trying to go down by the pigs here? I don't get that. But Louis, more importantly, Louis is apparently going to found polytheism here. And Washington has sunk a lot of time into a religion that he's not going to get, which is kind of wasteful. You can see these two are top in score at the moment. Anyway, let's look at the capitals real quick. We'll start with Wina Kopek. Like this is the problem for Wina Kopek is it starts just really slow. It's starting to come online now because he finally got animal husbandry and he got his resources connected. But like he's on archery, he still can't build roads, which he needs to connect these resources because like he's not taking advantage of the extra happiness. He has no trade connection. His research is actually pretty lousy, and yeah, like he still needs to get mining and bronze working to be able to chop these tiles. It's just a very slow start. Now, it's not impossible for him to come back. He does have a settler out. He's growing his cities. But, like, there's a reason why he's last in score here. It's not an accident. His cities are tiny. So, like, it's just... We knew it was going to be a slow start. And maybe he can recover, but it's not a good opener. Louis is size 5. Or size 6. He's starving right now for some reason. He has both of his seafood resources connected and the wheat. He's not working any of them. He has already built a floodplains cottage. He should really get animal husbandry, but he does not. Yeah, he should do animal husbandry because he has pigs, and then that will unlock the horses here. The religion will actually help him a lot too because he needs happiness. If he builds Stonehenge for an early shrine, this could be a good move here. Washington, capital looks good. He's connected his food bonuses. He's got the gems pumping an extra 7 commerce per turn. Looks really sharp. And he's got the extra happiness too. Charismatic plus the gems means you get a good opener. As I said, I like Washington. I think he's going to be one of the strongest AIs on the map. His Diplo situation. He needs to be friends with Wang Khan and Frederick. And I just think that Freddy's going to be so weak. And Wang Khan, I don't like Wang Khan's opener either. Like, look at this. He still does not have this corn connected. He has 2 mines. Like, that's it. He's size 3. Food stagnant. Like, this is not a good opener either. And then Freddy is, like, also just why did he go pottery? What a terrible tech choice. At least he connected his seafood resources, but, like, that's it. He needs bronze working and animal husbandry desperately. And then over here, Kyoto looks pretty solid. Not amazing, but pretty solid. He needs bronze working here pretty badly as well to chop down these forests. Okay. So that's where we are. Let's see where Freddy goes. Oh, we also have the Christian Holy City popping up here. So now Washington has gone to archery. I mean, at least having the this city's gonna put out a lot of culture. At least because Washington, in his defense, because he has the gems connected, he does burn through these techs very quickly. He doesn't like waste 10 turns on something that doesn't do anything. And because he went mysticism, he will be able to build a monument, and that will keep this city from flipping. If he did not build a monument, the city legitimately might flip, but he will be able to at least hold his first string tiles here. And he'll also pop borders so that the copper will be in range eventually. That said, the city, Orleans is going to put a lot of cultural pressure on this area because it will hit 100 culture in 8 turns, and it'll actually hit the 500 culture mark relatively quickly too. All right, anyway, Freddy had a settler that's apparently going for this. Is he? Oh my god, Freddy, why on the gold tile? Why are you on the gold tile, buddy? I just, what? Why on the gold tile? He's like, but I got 1 commerce, and I got 2 hammers. They love settling the gold tile. I mean, the problem is he's not going to have enough food to work these tiles. He needs to expand. I mean, maybe if he farms the floodplains, but this also leaves room for Tokugawa to put a city like, I don't know, right here or here. That will like just take all the good tiles you want. Freddy really needs to get another city to the west of Munich. Because if he isn't able to get to this river valley, he's just going to be unbelievably weak in this game. All right, still building a settler here. Wang Khan, why? That Stonehenge is not what he needs. The problem for Wang Khan is he will not build another settler until this settler finishes. And this settler is ungodly slow. Like, this is a very slow settler. Washington is still moving this. It's going south. So that still leaves this middle portion of the map open. Freddy needs to pink dot the sheep deer tiles. Where's the sheep deer tiles? I don't even see where those are. Oh, he needs to pink dot over here? I would be surprised if he went that far. And Winnacoppic is apparently going to settle the northern coast, I guess. I mean, it's not the worst. The coastal is nice. Financial working coast is always great. But, I mean, he doesn't have any food. Like, this city can't really do anything until it pops borders. I mean, he'll build the monuments, and then, but, like, it takes 8 turns to build the monument, and then another 10 turns to expand the borders, and then another 5 turns to connect the wheat after that. I mean, you're looking at, 25 turns until this city has a bonus resource. Although, until then, it's just working this. It's a very slow starter. And you might have noticed Winnacoppic is on a 15-turn wheel research. That is, that's not really what you're looking for. He's only getting 4 beakers per... Guys, he's getting 4 beakers per turn right now. 4 beakers per turn. Yeah, he doesn't have fishing, so he can't even work coastal tiles. Not good. Louis is on 12. Frederick is 9. Tokugawa's 11. Wang Khan is 7. And Washington is the leader as expected at 19. Although he is running a... That's a little deceptive. He's running a deficit because he got some fail gold from Or no, he didn't get fail gold. Never mind. He just missed out on a, what's it called? A religion. I thought he missed a wonder. He missed a religion. Is he going to settle this tile? This is a terrible place to put a settler. Is he serious? Washington. Well, just why? Why that spot? Like, why? I mean, I know it has a food bonus, but there's so many better places you could settle, buddy. I mean, at least it... Does it have a trade route? It doesn't have a trade route connection. I don't know. This is just... I don't think that's the spot you want. I really, really don't think that's the spot you want. Anyway, meanwhile, Tokugawa's building mass archers for some reason. He needs to build another settler. I don't know why he thinks he needs this many archers. And he's researching what? What is Toku researching? Mining? Okay, well, if he goes bronze working, that's good for him. He is going... Okay, he's going bronze working. That's actually the tech he needs to get. He also should build some more settlers. Wang Khan has almost finished this incredibly slow settler, and we just have a settler finished from Louis, who is now... I don't know, apparently Stonehenge is going to finish here real soon, too. I guess we'll watch the Louis settler. I think that's the only settler on the map right now. Right? Because there's no... That's just double workers. Wanakopek does have wheels, so he can connect his cities together. Oh, there's finally the Wang Khan settler. Okay. So that'll be popping out in a few turns. Alright. I kind of like this spot. It grabs... Yeah, because this sheep resource was missed by Paris. And it grabs double food bonuses and copper. I kind of like it. I think it's not bad. I think it's definitely the best spot available. Now there's like a billion desert tiles in this area. Anyway, well, we are going to see Washington get another settler out. So he completely wasted his third settler. But I mean, I guess it's better to settle than not settle. Also, why is the city unhappy? I don't quite understand that. Louis got his wine. Oh, he got wine. Yeah, Louis got his wine. Look out. And apparently he's on Stonehenge. A lot of people on animal husbandry tech right now. I don't think we're going to see anything happen until Stonehenge finishes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Tokugawa just started a 45-turn settler. He won't start another settler until this one finishes. Oh, no. Oh, no. He may have just killed his game. Why? He may have just killed his game because he won't start a new settler. Oh, he can? Okay, people are saying he can go for another settler. Maybe. Why? Why not this city here? Why not this city? This city can build a settler in like 8 turns. If he mines the hill tile, he'll speed up. That's true. He can mine the hill tile. I guess that's right. Well, no, he can't. He can't actually do that because he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough food. Oh, wait. The city is going to grow. Hold on. Okay. I mean, it's not good, but it's not as bad as it looks. Apparently the city hadn't grown yet. Okay. I was worried that he was stuck for 45 turns. Why he's not mining the hill tile is beyond me. So that's not as bad as it might look like. Okay. Freddy's continuing to do nothing. Wanakopek, not Wanakopek, where is Wang Khan sending his settler? Okay. He's sending it north directly towards Washington. Also, a lot of people on Stonehenge, but it looks like Louis is going to win the wonder. So Louis is going to get, he's going to get a profit for his shrine in 25 turns, which is, obviously great for him. As Orleans borders pop yet again. Yeah, it's a lot of early culture. All right, meanwhile, we got to watch because it looks like there's a settling race right here between Wang Khan and Washington. I think Wang Khan is going to win that, too. Yeah, so he just took a spot that Washington won. Now, Washington is expanding really well. Again, I like the way he's working to expand here. He's already got 3 cities down, and he's got another settler on the map, and he's got another one in production. All of that is great. And Louis is going for masonry so he can connect the marble. Yeah, he's going to expand. That city's just going to be pumping out culture like crazy. And yeah, he is a great person in... Oh, 40 turns. I forgot. He's not philosophical. Wang Khan is building another... Or not Wang Khan. Wanakopek's building a settler that is an 11-turn build. This settler, okay, this settler is 16 turns. That's still pretty terrible. Oh no, he's got double settler. Okay. Okay, he decided, you guys were right. He could queue up another settler. So he did not kill his game with a 45 turn settler here. Is Winnacupbeck going for pottery? Well, we could just wait one turn and see, but he is going for pottery. Unfortunately, where does he build cottages? Like, where does he build the cottages? I guess Tiwanaku can take some, but that's about it. The capital is forests. They can't build them there. Machu Picchu has no food. Can't build them here. I'm not sure that doesn't really help him that much. As I said, I just feel like Winnacupbeck is going to struggle with this setup. Anyway, is Freddy building another settler? He is not. Unless I missed one and there's one on the map already. But nope, nope, he is not. So I think we're just watching where this Washington settler goes, because that's the only one that is apparently on the map, although Wang Khan is queuing up another one. I will say that in terms of Washington working with Wang Khan, this is not where you want to see the cities going. You want to see Wang Khan push east, not due straight north directly towards Washington. Also, it will be interesting to see what happens if Washington gets Louis' religion. All right, now this looks better. Washington going north with this settler here. We also have a couple people working on bronze working. Washington will have copper at an early date, which could be good or could be bad. It's hard to say. So I guess he's going to grab this. I would expect he just settles on this tile right here. And Louis is working on a settler now too. Oh, he's going even further north. Wow. Okay. Ooh, this is good for Washington, bad for Louis. He's going to grab this entire cluster. I thought he was going to settle on this tile. Nope, actually push further north to grab that wheat. Okay, well that's going to box in Louis. I will say that it does feel like Japan still has a lot of room to expand here. But I like that spot for Washington a lot. It's infinitely better than this Boston spot. Kind of bad, though, that the south is like completely cut off already. Winnacupbeck is still has a settler halfway done. I don't think anyone else has a settler on the map right now for us to watch. Oh, Freddy getting another one. I'll be interested to see where this Toku settler goes. I think the ideal play for Toku would be to just drop it in this river valley down here. But I don't know if that's what he's going to do or not. In terms of research, we've got a lot of people on bronze working. Winnacupbeck is going to finish his pottery research. Now, he really needs to get bronze working so he can cut down these forests. We'll see if he goes there or heads in another direction. I mean, there's that settler finishing. What's Winnacupbeck going to research next? Washington finishes bronze working, so he'll go connect the copper. Toku does animal husbandry. Winnacupbeck is on mining. Okay, Winnacupbeck's tech choices have been about as good as they could. Yeah, he's mining bronze working. His tech choices have been about as good as they could be, aside for the early archery. The early archery did hurt him. And he does have another settler in production. Okay, here Toku's apparently going to send... So I guess Toku's going over here, based on the fact that the settler... There's an archer over here. I would guess that's where this is going. Freddy just finished a settler as well, and I think Louis also just finished one. Yeah, just finishing them. And Washington just finished a settler as well, which is also on the move here. As going into the jungle, apparently. So trying to check. Yeah, I actually think it's going right here. Apparently it's going to... Wait, where it did go down there. Okay. Yep. Now, Tokugawa needs to get some culture in his cities. He still has nothing that produces culture. And he finished a settler there as well. Okay, Frederick is... Freddy, this is not where I thought you should go, Freddy. Freddy, you need to settle this river over here, not this area up here. This area is just... It's not what you want. Also, Louis apparently going to found another religion. He wants 2 religions already. Okay. Going for his second one. Interesting. Wang Khan sent his settler here, which, well, congratulations. You just played yourself. He just stole the best tile away from his capital for this little city down here. Now Seoul has a mined sheep tile as its only food. So, okay. I mean, yeah, the German lands are just really, really bad. Like, really bad here. So Louis is continuing to pump out culture at a ridiculous rate. Where is this settler? He just built one, didn't he? Oh, it's here. Okay, where is this one going? There's like nowhere for this. Like nowhere for this city to go. Is he gonna drop it like here? I have no clue. And Wynakopek just is moving west as well with his own settler. Oh, on the hill? Okay. I mean, this is a sad part of the map. I mean, that's probably the best you can do in that part of the map, so kudos to Louis for that. It's not a good city. And then Washington went east over here. Now, this is a crucial city because it secures ivory. This is a good one. Again, Washington's playing this probably the strongest game of anyone so far. I'm just concerned about his diplomatic situation long term. I really feel like there's a good chance he gets dog charged. If he doesn't get dogpiled, I actually like Washington's position a lot. Because I think he's stronger 1v1 than these other leaders. That Frozen Roy, I mean, that's literally was my point. I was like, Washington is the strongest AI, but the odds of him getting dogpiled just are very high. Just very high that he gets dogpiled. Anyway, Wynakopek has climbed up the scoreboard a bit. So that's a good sign. Building another settler. He's finally getting the terraces in play. And he just got another spot there. So, okay. Like, Wynakopek's not out of it by any means. He still has a shot here. And Tokugawa just finished. And oh, there's the Buddhism popping up in Louis' territory right there. So Louis now has 2 religions. And Tokugawa, as I said, is a settler going somewhere. Maybe this one's going down here. As I said, this is the area. Toku needs to get some culture pretty badly. Because his score is actually lagging because he does not have any culture. He can't pop the borders. He's actually ranking well population-wise, although this city has been a pretty big drag on him. What's hurting him is the fact that he has no border expansions anywhere to give him more points. Okay, let's look at the overview here. Can't really see Frederick's borders. So the map is starting to fill up. Still some room available, but it is starting to fill up. I still think Japan has the most room to expand in this map, and I do think Japan's going to get most of these 2 river valleys. And there's also still room to put a city here. Will Toku or Wynakopek get a spot up here? Someone's going to get this. Wynakopek doesn't... Oh, never mind. He has ivory up there as well. I was going to say it matters who gets the elephants, but both of them already have ivory, so it actually does not matter who ends up getting that. In terms of bar graphs, so GMP Louis is unsurprisingly ahead, although a lot of that is culture. Amazing that Wynakopek was in last place in GMP for most of the early game. That's wild. That's wild. Production looks pretty close from everybody. I don't see any. Frederick, I think, is the lowest, but it's pretty close. Food yield. Wynekon was last for most of this period. Washington, as you'd expect, is starting to get a bit of a lead there, but it's still reasonably close. Power, there's not a lot of obvious. Tokugawa was probably the highest because he built a gazillion archers, and Freddy was last there. And then culture, Louis has crazy high culture. How often do you see Wynakopek below the observer civ? I mean, not often. Not often, I'll say that. Not very frequent. Most advanced Washington because of the gems tile. Tokugawa's actually 3rd there. Wynekon is in last. Even though he had a gold tile, Wynekon is last there. Anyway, I thought we had a settler out from somebody. There's a Toku settler here. I'm really curious to see if he sends it to this river valley, because that would just be so bad for Frederick. Like, if he gets a city here, that secures the copper from Freddy. Now, that would mean Freddy would have to go all the way to ironworking to get metal. It would also mean that, like, if Toku gets a city here, he probably also gets a city here. So Freddy could be boxed in very quickly. And you know who's not going to sign open borders? Tokugawa's probably not going to sign open borders. Yeah, that copper just sitting there is like pretty significant for these guys. So we do need to watch that. Why is he building a galley? That I don't know. And then was there someone else who had a settler on the map? That's not a Washington settler. Oh, there is a Washington settler. Where's he going with this? Made some curious choices on where to send his settlers, but he is expanding quite well. That'll be city number 6. The early gems resource really helps the AI expand. All right, so where is this? Wait, what? Where is Toku? No, not the stone. Toku, not the stone. He actually has 2 settlers over here. Not the stone, buddy. The river valley. The luscious, fertile river valley, not the stone. Okay. Oh, actually, well, I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible city, but I'm still just like, what the heck? Okay, so Washington apparently loves the Pacific Ocean over here. He's determined to found these cities. I mean, again, it's not like it's bad founding these. It is good to found these cities. The issue is more that he could get these cities at any point in time. He should be trying to push. Even though this is jungly, he should really be trying to push into this portion of the map over here instead of leaving it for other AIs to claim. Also, Toko, he's going for pottery, but you really need to get culture. Frederick finished a settler as well. Maybe Freddie will settle, though. River Valley. So, I mean, like, this does double food bonuses. It's not... Or, well, 2 food bonuses. It misses the fish. Too bad it couldn't be 1 tile northeast. Obviously, that's an illegal spot. But stone and rice, like, it's okay. Not the worst. Where's the other? And then there's still another Toku settler right here. I continue to wonder who's going to get this spot. Wynakopek also had a settler, I thought, as well, that he just finished a settler too, so we got to watch this. Louis is building wonders. Is building wonders. He seems to be stuck on the 4 cities. It may be that he doesn't see room for more good cities here at the moment. This is a worker, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm still curious where this settler is going. And where is the Freddy? Okay. Frederick has a settler defended by warriors over here. So we may have a bit of a settling race between these two over here. How about Wang Khan? Did he has a settler way up here near Washington. There's actually some border tension between Washington and Wang Khan, amusingly. And Freddy's on double wonder build, which is just what? And apparently Frederick has decided that he needs to go settle the Arctic, while Tokugawa is over here. I just don't know what Toku's doing with that unit, but I prefer wherever this guy's going to this. Okay, now Washington has picked up the religion of Louis, which now means Washington and Wang Khan have different religions. Okay. So that does drop them to cautious. Washington won't declare war at please. Like, this is the problem for Washington. He's the worst enemy of Wynakopek and Tokugawa. Louis, despite sharing a religion, is still annoyed with him. He's +2 and he's annoyed. So, yeah. I mean, Louis can declare war at please, but, like, there's a lot... This is a lot of purple text for this early in the game. A lot of people don't like each other. Yeah, Wang Khan is now cautious instead of pleased, but Wang Khan, I believe, can also declare war at pleased. Not great news for Washington. He would have done much better if he had gotten Wang Khan's religion. It's still early, though. That still might change. The fact that it's spread in Boston, though, it's harder for the AI to flip religions if they go into bigger cities. Like, the larger the pop, the less likely they are to flip. Okay, Wynakopek grabs this city here. Wynakopek is expanding, which is really good if you've got Wynakopek. It's been a very slow start, but he is expanding. And he's in the mix. Like, he's not out of it. Very slow start, but has not really been punished. Tokugawa, who I thought might settle north, has not put a single city to the north yet. And Louis has not really been pushing to the east very quickly. I mean, if Wyna gets like 8 cities, he's very much in it. Very, very much in it. Even though his start was just as slow as I thought it would be. Okay, Toku's apparently going to settle here. And Louis... Oh, but Louis just converted to his other minority religion. Interesting. So that means any friendship between Washington and Louis is out the window. Okay. Where's Louis? So Louis is now -2. Annoyed. Louis really needs to build more units. Well, Washington he's got a lot of military units. Also, where's this Wang Khan settler going? Where is that settler going? Where is this Tokugawa settler going? This is, we said that Frederick needed to march a unit way down here. Apparently Tokugawa is going on the ride down here to this part of the map. Okay, well, there are more. I mean, Toku's doing a good job of settling. Again, if you would just grab this spot here, Freddy has no settlers in production whatsoever, right? He doesn't have any settlers on the map, does he? Am I wrong here? No, he has no settlers and he's on double wonders, so I would expect the Osaka settler to just come down here. Does Washington have any settlers on? I don't see any. Is Washington plotting for war? He's not. He's just building units. This is kind of one of the things that the AI does that's pretty bad, is when they build a whole bunch of units early, but they are not plotting war. Like, it's not ideal, because they just kind of sit around not doing anything. Louis' score looks good, but the fact that he only has 4 cities is pretty bad. It's pretty bad that he's not expanding here. And I don't know what Wang Khan is doing with this settler. I guess he's going to grab something way up here. Okay. So he's... Okay, Freddy built the Great Wall. Will he start a settler now? I mean, the barbs have been, like, non-existent on this map. We have not seen much barbarian stuff. Okay, Wena Kopek finally out fishing. Well, what would he have really done? I mean, there wasn't much that fishing would have done for him up to this point in time. It really wouldn't have helped him much. So Washington is, for all that he's done a great job, he's kind of out of room to expand at this point. I guess he can get more territory up here. But Wena Kopek, wasn't he about to, yeah, he has more settlers in production too. And we still have no settlers under production over here. Wang Khan's territory just looks really weird. Like, he is stretched out a long way. He's also spamming Confucian missionaries. The best thing for Wang Khan in Washington would be to go and... Toku... By the way, Toku's finally going to get culture because he's researching writing. The best thing for Wang Khan would be to convert Washington to his religion. They need to work together on this map. But it's actually not impossible that they could come in conflict, which would be a disaster for both of them, because they have border tension right here. It's like, it's not impossible they could fight. Louis needs to stop building these stupid wonders. He is going to get a shrine soon for his religion, but he needs to build more settlers. He can't just sit on 4 cities. It's not going to work. I know his score looks good at the moment, but like, it's not going to hold up. All right, so Tokugawa and his crazy promotions finally finished another settler there. I mean, Toku's expanding well. He just needs, if he can, once he builds libraries, his cities are going to get so much stronger. He also needs ironworking really badly to cut through the jungle here at Tokyo. And he still has room for another city up here, too. We could check if, I don't think anyone's plotting war at the moment, just based on what I'm seeing, but we could check. As I said, I really don't think anyone is plotting war right now. Does not appear to. Yeah, no one's plotting war. Freddy, where are your settlers? Buddy, you are so weak in this game. Again, I knew Freddy was going to be super weak. Just, I thought that he's so tucked away. All right, didn't they just finish? Oh, there's the settler. Is this River Valley finally going to get settled that we've been watching the whole game? I think they're going to grab this spot here. Okay. Well, that was a very polite spot relative to Frederick. It definitely has got... I mean, Tokugawa did get kind of all the good land here. And, like, where does Freddy go? Once these borders expand, which Toku's about to finish writing, and the AI will queue up libraries after that, where does Freddy go? Like, where does he put... I guess he could put another city here, and then he has the Arctic, and that's it. I mean... He's just got no shot from this spot. He's in a very weak position. Okay, here comes another Washington settler, I guess, down here. Okay. I mean, if these two wanted to fight each other, I mean, they have settled in a way to create, like, as much tension between each other as possible. That's a lot of border tension there. The Great Lighthouse. I don't know about that Great Lighthouse build. Is anyone... And Wena Kopek, okay. Wena Kopek is still making it work. I know he's last in score, but he just settled it. He just grabbed the gems resource over here. I'm starting to feel like Wynakopek's got a real shot. I really do. I'm really starting to feel like he's got a shot here. He's getting more territory than I thought he would get, and like his horrible early game, he's starting to come out of the horrible early game. The cottages are going down. He's connecting resources. This was extremely slow, but I don't feel like he's been punished for it. Louis in particular just not expanding. Louis got double settlers, so he's probably going to grab. He's probably going to put a city here and here or something like that. But Wynakopek, I still feel like has a shot in this game. I don't feel like he's out of this. Oh no! The first great person rolls as a merchant at very low odds. Oof. No shrine. That means no shrine for Louis. That's a rough blow. I mean, the odds of that had to be like 10% or something like that. Yeah, Temple of Artemis, right? Temple of Artemis doing its thing. The odds had to have been around 85 to 90% that that was going to be a profit. And you definitely would rather that first one be a profit, because in addition to the income, it also helps your religion spread too, which is super nice. Okay. Does anyone have a settler on the map right now, just out of curiosity? Louis on the slow monarchy, and Washington on ironworking, which he doesn't really need, although I guess he can use it to cut down the jungle. He's also probably the favorite to get the Oracle here with Louis on double settler builds. I'm seeing swords here from Wang Khan. I don't suppose he's plotting war. He is not. If you're curious about who has the most power right now, it's Washington by a wide margin, because he connected copper at an early date. Now, there are no barb cities on this map, which is probably bad for Washington, because he would love to go smack a barb city or something. Toku on a very, very slow mathematics. Okay, it's not quite that bad, but it's not fast. The Great Lighthouse would not be a huge wonder for him, but it wouldn't hurt. Certainly. I mean, Toku is hurt by the fact that he has these scattered cities. He has, what, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But he's like roading to connect them and whatnot. If you would sign open borders, that would also help his research too. Is Toku going for construction? I would be surprised if he's already on. No, he's on calendar, which makes sense because he needs happiness. He has a decent number of calendar resources. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he has 3 calendar resources. That's a really key tech for him. For his sake, he should just stay out of war until he gets to calendar. Look to just drop 1 or 2 more cities and then stay out of conflict until then. That's not to say that that's what'll happen, but that's Toku's path here, is try to stay out of any early fights. All right, so Louis is now belatedly trying to go for the Oracle. He would win a same turn tiebreak here, but Washington just whipped it to completion. So, all right, now Louis has gone back to Christianity. Washington actually whipped it, which he did need to do. If he hadn't whipped it, he would not have gotten it. And he obviously took metal casting, which is a good one to pick because he has gems, and more production is always good too. And this will also give him great profit points, although he does not have a religion to turn into a shrine. Anyway. So, yeah, is Freddy building any more settlers? I believe he is still not building any settlers. Unless this is one down here. Oh, nope, he squeezed a settler out. And then, so he's going to try to put another city down here in the Arctic, although he just turned around. And Louis has some settlers moving around up here too, right? Doesn't he have... He should have a pair of them. He does have a pair. Is Louis in culture mode already? Because he already has 2 cities down. Yeah, first barb city finally. Or 2, now there's a pair of them down here in the extreme south. That probably annoys Frederick and Wang Khan the most. Anyway, Washington is still looking really strong here. Again, the whole thing for Washington is if he can avoid getting dogpiled, right? Barb cities are... Oh, yeah, barb cities are blocking him. That's right. That's why he turned around. The AI won't go settle to the west here because the barb cities are in the way. Interesting. Yeah, that's not ideal. Well, for Toku's sake, he finally is getting some culture in these poor cities, and they'll be able to pop their borders after ages of not being able to expand. So that will help him quite a bit. Although, is he actually going to get the pyramids? Someone else has to be doing a faster pyramids. And after building the Great Lighthouse forever, I think Louis is going to snipe the Great Lighthouse. Unless he whipped it to completion. Yeah, Louis finishes Great Lighthouse. I think Louis whipped that wonder too. So Louis settled to. Oh, look at this! I thought that Louis was gonna settle a spot here, but no, it's Wayna Kopak. Wayna Kopak's gonna get the pyramids. Yep, he'll get that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities with still room up here in the north, in the extreme north, not high quality cities. Yeah, Wayna Kopak hanging in there, still trying to make progress. The failed Great Lighthouse build did give some fail gold to. If Tokugawa used that fail gold to push the calendar, that actually might be a benefit for him. But yeah, it's pretty bad for Freddy. He's still researching agriculture 80 turns into the game, and he can't seem to get out of this corner. But as I said, Washington is like the strongest AI. I thought he would be the strongest AI. The question was, it's just, does he get dogpiled? If he doesn't get dogpiled, I think he wins the game. Well, Louis plotting, and I'm pretty sure I know who he's plotting with. So then the question will be if anyone else comes and joins that war. At the moment, no one else is plotting. Frederick is definitely not plotting. Freddy still doesn't have iron connected yet. Right? I mean, it's in his territory, but he doesn't have iron working. Yeah, he's researching. He doesn't. Does he have iron? I don't think he does. Oh, he does have iron working. Okay, so he'll connect this shortly. I should have known he's building a sword. I probably should have been paying attention. Come on, Louis, stab Wayna Kopak. He's building a sword. Yeah, I should have been more on top of that. I mean, I suspect he's going after Washington. He has a little mini stack here. The most likely outcome of that is just stalemate for the two of them. But again, I hate to keep repeating myself. I think if Washington stays out of war, he wins the game. I was going to say I just don't think he's going to be able to do that. So this is probably really bad for both Louis and Washington. An war this early rarely goes well. It's probably just going to stagnate both of them. But if you have Washington first to die, this is kind of what you want to see. If you have Washington to win, I mean, he is the score leader, right? It's not impossible. He is, but it's just so hard to break through cities I mean, he's the power leader by a wide margin here. It's just how is he ever gonna capture Orleans or Reims here? They're both on hills and they both have like crazy high cultural defenses. The most likely outcome is just a stalemate that goes nowhere. So, yeah, the real question is just, can he avoid being dogpiled? Anyway, Wayna Kopak's still doing Wayna Kopak things, building the pyramids, trying to get back in it. By the way, Wayne Khan still didn't have pottery tech. Wayne Khan did put another city down here on the southwest coast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities overall. Look at all the libraries being built. And there's settlers, so I mean, if Toku does have room to put down a couple more cities, not a lot, but he could definitely do another one here and another one here. I mean, he's on 7 right now. If he could get to 9, we'll see. I'll just be curious if he actually settles over there or not. Meanwhile, let's watch. Oh, 41 turn ironworking. He might be upgrading. Yeah, he's just upgrading stuff right now. Don't worry. I know it looks bizarre, but it's not as bad as it looks like. He's running the gold slider at the moment. Now, Louis and Washington will probably ask people to come help them. I know people are going to say, is Washington on construction? He is not. He's also on calendar, which makes sense because he needs the help. When will Toku connect metals? Yeah, Toku doesn't have metals. He hasn't researched ironworking yet, so that's probably good for Toku, though, because it means he's going to stay out of war for the time being. Like, he won't fight until he has metals connected, so that's probably a good thing for him. He has iron in his territory, and I believe he doesn't have, there's like no copper anywhere close to him. He actually has multiple irons in his territory, so he'll backtrack for ironworking at some point. But for the time being, the early calendar should really help out Toku a lot, because he has a lot of territory. What he's just hurting on is he has no religion, so he has no happiness in his cities. Like, that's 3 happiness from calendar once he connects that. All right, so that was, Louis got his stack wiped out, to no surprise. But Washington lost most of his units that he had there doing that. So that's just a shark fin on both sides. No, actually, it was just bad for Louis. Washington is looking strong. I mean, I feel... Okay, and Toku has picked up the religion that no one else practices, which is bad for him. You don't want to convert to the minority religion that no one follows. I wonder if he sticks with that or swaps off. Freddy is apparently building swords to go kill the Barb City, I think. Unless he's plot. Okay. Okay, Freddy. I mean, that said, Tokugawa does not have metals connected. I don't know who else Freddy would be plotting with. Right? Like, who else would he be trying to attack? So, I mean, if he builds up some swords, and, I mean, if Toku has no metals connected, maybe. I would be surprised if Toku doesn't research ironworking soon, though. Alright, hereditary rule. Huayna Capac, does he, he's not currently plotting. Again, if you want Huayna Capac to win, you want him to just stay out of war for right now. You really would like him not to be involved in the fighting. I am interested in Freddy, though. Like, is he going to go for the Barb City? Or is he legit planning with Tokugawa? Alright, so here comes Washington's stack. Now, Huayna Capac has also gone to Louis' minority religion. What a bizarre situation. That does mean Huayna Capac and Tokugawa like each other a bit more. Nobody's still following Wang Khan's religion. Freddy has no religion at all. I will say if Washington can get to construction, he might be able to overrun Louis. That attack is unlikely to work. But if he gets catapults, he is a lot bigger than Louis. I mean, I know their scores are relatively close, but... yeah, I mean, he came kind of close to taking that city, despite everything. Freddy is... I'm not quite sure what Freddy's doing. I guess he's war plotting. The Barb cities have been basically avoiding any attention in this game. Okay, we saw... so we did see Toku plant a city up here. Not the best city. Thought he had another settler out, too. Is that another settler as well? He has another settler down here, too. I don't even know where there's room for this city to go. But we'll keep an eye on that, just because the map is almost full. And Huayna Capac could theoretically settle up here in the north. There's room for another city or two up here. I mean, there's not a lot of space, but there's something. It's noteworthy that Louis and Frederick are so squished on territory. I don't think any of these cities are in a position to fall. What? No, there's too many. You got to remember that Louis moves before. Louis. The way the turnover goes is Louis goes, then Washington goes. This stack will clean this up. Unless I'm very much mistaken. Orleans was not in threat of falling there. That said, Louis does not have a lot of cities here. He only has 5 build queues compared to Washington has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And his cities are higher quality too. Plus Louis just doesn't build as many units. So Louis held that attack. But I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it long term. Also, Toku, it would be a good idea to connect your iron sometime soon. Because Freddy is very weak, but if you don't connect metals, it might be not so good looking for you. Anyway, Wang Khan is apparently second in score. Now, he is not plotting war at the moment. Just in terms of who Wang... I mean, Wang Khan, he's cautious with Washington. He doesn't like any of the low peace weight leaders. He doesn't have any border tension with them, though. And he has a lot of border tension with Washington. Could we see a game where Wang Khan conquers Washington and becomes the dominant AI? It's not out of the question. It's definitely not out of the question here. Yeah, diplomatically, there's a lot of dislike on this map. There's a lot of purple numbers. There's not a lot of blue numbers on here. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to check is there was one more settler. Yeah, for Toku. I was just curious if he was going to go send this to grab like a border spot. Or if it's just going to do the AI thing where they just sit around doing nothing. Okay, Toku is researching ironworking, as is Huayna Capac. So Toku's no metal situation is likely to disappear. That said, Freddy might be able to... I mean, like, Nagoya is not defended at all right now. So it's not impossible that Freddy could come charging across the border here and take this city before metals are connected for Toku. Toku needs like about 10 more turns and he'll be pretty safe. but at the moment, he is vulnerable here to Freddy, who has, you know, like, this stack is not enormous or anything, but this city has 2 archers in it. So, Toku can still settle 3 east from his capital to get the fish. I mean, he can, but he probably won't. And then this settler is still running around doing something. Anyway, back up to the actual war front. So, Washington has another stack coming in. Actually, a fairly large stack coming in. That's a lot of units. That's a lot of units. Washington has a lot of military power. I mean, okay, he took an absolute beating earlier. He took an absolute beating, but now he just rebuilt again. Louis might be toast. I mean, if he moves his unit, I mean, he'll be fine. And I think he just moved a lot of units out. Uh-oh. He had some units. He just moved like 3 units out. I mean, this is a 60% defense city on a hill. That's going to be tough to crack, but it's not inconceivable if Washington gets some good rolls. By the way, Wanakopek is now 2nd in score. I don't really know how he's pulled this off, but he is 2nd in score, so he's, yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, the attack did not apparently come in that turn. Who just founded Judaism? What the... Louis seems to be in culture mode. Yeah, that doesn't look so good, does it? He seems like he's in culture mode. As far as the Frederick, whatever he's doing down here, he's still building up. The iron... Tokugawa just finished ironworking, so he is connecting his iron. There's one there, and then he has another iron resource up here. The reason why this one matters is this is inside Nagoya's border, so if Nagoya got captured, this would actually get cut off. But there is a second iron up here. All right, let's see if this attack works up here. It appears to have not worked. Louis just also finished his shrine. So he did eventually get a profit. Again, he continues to push. Oh wait, why did he use his shrine on Buddhism? He's not practicing Buddhism. That's bizarre. And he also founded a city up here in the north. I missed that he had founded Marseille up there to get up to 6 cities. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities for Wanakopek. All right, so again, the question is like, is Wanakopek plotting war? Oh, we have enough on our hands already. Okay. Okay, now he can plot it pleased, but he can also, I mean, the odds that Tokugawa are the target would seem to be pretty low. Still, you never know. I would expect that he is plotting against Washington, but you never know. He can plot it pleased. He can also be attacking Louis, in which case Louis is done for. Wang Khan is not plotting war. He seems content to just chill. Here goes... All right, here comes Freddy. Where is he going? Is he about to declare war too? What is Frederick doing? Is he going out to the Barb City? I'm just trying to figure out where he could be going with this. Is he still plotting war? I mean, he apparently is plotting war. Is he trying to go for Nara over here? And then I'm just trying to make sure that Tokugawa actually is connecting metals. He tends to build a lot of metal units. He's researching Code of Laws. Now, the Code of Laws religion has already been taken by Louis, right? Oh, no, it wasn't. Wait, what the? Well, what religion did he take then? Oh, he took the theology religion. Oh, okay. So Toko could get his own religion too, which would probably be bad for Tokugawa. Anyway, a lot going on in the game right now. It's a pretty important moment. So Washington still has a big stack. Did Washington lose a big stack? Okay, yeah. Some pretty big losses there. But he's certainly hurting Louis as well. It's a pretty tight game at the moment. Wang Khan is actually doing reasonably well by just staying out of these wars. Because he got more land than I was expecting him to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 cities. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 cities there as well. Poor Freddy's on 5. Freddy is just... He had a tough spot, but he didn't do himself any favors. He 100% should have gotten here first. He just chose not to, for whatever reason. In terms of our graphs, GNP, Louis is still leading, but a lot of this is culture, and I don't think his actual research rate is as good. Production, Washington is the clear leader in production. Again, I keep saying that. Look at his food lead. My goodness, I keep saying it, but if he doesn't get dogpiled, he's really in great position. I think the odds are high that he's going to get dogpiled at power, and then culture. Louis is leading in culture here. Is Freddie going after Wang Khan? No, he doesn't declare war at pleased, so he's not going after Wang Khan. So that's not a possibility. If you're curious about research rate, Wanakopek, okay, Wanakop, we'll check research rate in a couple turns when Wanakopek's not doing whatever the heck he's doing. His stack is right here, so I would expect he's trying to attack Atlanta. I would think, I guess it's also possible he's going to attack Tokyo, in which case I will curl up and cry. Yeah, Freddie had a chance. He could have moved on Toku pre-ironworking, but I think he maybe has waited too long here. Okay, yeah, he's still not, whatever he's waiting for, I mean, he's kind of farted around a little too long at this point, because Toku's already building the metal units. Plus, he now has connected all of his calendar resources. Yeah, he's got all 3 of his calendar resources. So that's, yeah, I mean, that just makes a huge difference. And I think he's going to get a religion, and Toku's actually researching really well. You know what? Never mind. We'll check this. So ignore Wanakopek. He's not running the slider right now. 56 speakers per turn for Louis. 31 for Frederick. That's not good. Toku's at 90. Wow. Wang Khan 41, and Washington should be high as well. No, actually Washington's not that high. Tokugawa's the tech leader right now. He's researching faster than everyone else. Meanwhile, checking in over here, and Washington is on construction though. That's what he needs to break the stalemate. He needs catapults. I like the Hanging Gardens build for Tokugawa as well. Pump up all of his new cities with extra pop. Now somehow Izumo is still size 1. Apparently he immediately slaved out something. He gained a pop point and then immediately slaved something. So, okay, I don't agree with that decision. And Wanakopek is still building up. Freddy is still wandering in. Oh, apparently he's going to kill a Barb City, which is size 1 and will just be auto-raised. I guess, so that's what he's doing, but it's already too late. Oh, and there's a fur resource down here too. Another happiness resource. Look at poor Frederick. He has gold and that's it. Poor guy. And Wang Khan Wang Khan needs metal casting because he has double resource, he has gems and gold, which both get doubled by metal casting. All right, anyway, so yeah, this war continues to be a stalemate. Wanakopek belatedly going back for meditation. Wang Khan could certainly intervene in this conflict on one side or the other and have a pretty big effect. Look how close. Everyone's close in score, and then there's Frederick down here. Oh, man. All right. But yeah, Washington, I mean, if he builds catapults, he might legit, and no one intervenes, he could legitimately maybe take over. All right, there's, yeah, the Code of Laws religion. I'm just waiting for Wanakopek to see if he's going to try to jump in here. And then Freddy is, what is Freddy doing again? Wandering the desert, wandering the ice, apparently. I mean, his window to hit Tokugawa is long since passed at this point. Meanwhile, Wang Khan is apparently going to take this Barb City, which will be, a nice little pickup. He's also running Confucian missionaries over to Frederick, I guess. Okay. Well, where did those German units go? Did they just get teleported somewhere? Oh, here they are. They got teleported to here. Again, Toku settling, doing a really good job of settling. Now he's at 9 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Frederick should never have allowed this to happen. This is pretty pathetic. This is his capital here. Toku's capital is here. How is Toku getting a spot here first? And yeah, he's completely... Now, Toku, again, we know, will not sign open borders, so Freddy is now cut off. No one can get to him. Yeah, nobody can get to him. I believe that Wang Khan was trying to send Confucian missionaries, and they have to turn around and go home now. All right. Anyway, up here, it looks like Louise managed to defeat the current stack from Washington. But again, construction's underway here. The Tokugawa is also researching construction, so if he ever does get an award, he'll have catapults banked ahead of time. And Louis is still in wonder building mode. Toku, being in a religion that no one else likes, is not ideal for him. And then Wang Khan took the Barb City. I mean, Wang Khan's reasonably strong in this game. Like, it's not inconceivable that we could have Wang Khan and Frederick fighting Tokugawa either. Like, that's not out of the question in this game. Wang Khan continues to just sit on the sidelines. And Toku's not plotting war. He's probably not plotting war because he only recently connected metals. But he already has spread his religion back to the capital. Yeah, the AI just definitely needs that increased happiness cap. All right, well, let's see. This war still continues to go nowhere. Here's the latest Washington stack. If you're curious about the relative power of everybody, Washington still tops. Wynikopak has been building up, looking pretty solid there at this point. If he comes in, he may have played this just about perfectly if he comes in after. I mean, we still don't know who he's plotting with. I will say attacking Tokugawa would not make a lot of sense for him. I would say attacking Washington would make a lot of sense for him. But we still, whatever Wynakopak's waiting for, he's still waiting for it. Because he's still lurking. Oh, wait, his stack's on the move. Oh, here it comes. He's headed for Atlanta, you guys. There it is. 100% he's going for Atlanta at this point. He may have played this just about perfectly. Is Wynikopak on construction? That's a late mathematics for him. He is on construction, yes. Okay, well. This could be the opportunity for him to start breaking through here. All right, let's see it. To go from middle of the pack to a major player. All right, there it is. Again, these events really could not have played out much better for Wynikopak here. An opportunity to get more time. I mean, we know if he gets territory and he starts rolling, that's all he needs. I mean, I want to be clear. He has had a very slow start. A very slow start. But events have broken in his favor really well. Tokugawa didn't really settle north. Louis didn't really settle east. Washington has gotten slowed down here. Couldn't really have played much better for him. Is Frederick still plotting war right now? Yeah, apparently. I mean, but as we said, I feel like, well, I mean, he could probably snipe Nagoya, but I don't think he'd make it much further than that. Like, he could probably get one city, but that's about it at this point. If you're curious about the power, yeah, Toku's starting to build up a bit. Louis is floundering. Wang Khan apparently took a pretty big shark fin against the Barb City, which is hilarious. And Wynikopak is now equal to Washington in power. I mean, he's going to take this first city. The AI can usually snipe one city when they sneak attack because they catch the AI, whoever they're attacking off guard. The question is, how much further can he make it than that? Well, I mean, he just... oh boy, we all know what happens when Wynikopak starts to get rolling here. He is making it happen, you guys. I swear to God, if I had picked him, he'd just be curled up in the corner crying in the fetal position. But since I picked him, since I picked that he would not be top 2 in this game, yeah, anyway. Well, we got a long way to go, but I would say this is looking better and better for him right now. Can he make further progress from here? And how big of... I mean, Toku just got a nice wonder there. Mausoleum's definitely pretty nice. But, like, if Toku and Wynikopak are on the same amount of territory, I mean, let's just say that does not favor Japan in that situation. How bad of a loss did Washington take there? About the same. They actually lost about the same number of units. I mean, Wang Khan's power keeps going up, but he's not plotting war, so maybe the way he trolls this game is just to not build up units, but then not attack with them. I don't know. We also have Tokugawa. By the way, I will say, so regardless of whether the picks I made work out, I do think I read this game pretty well. I was like, Frederick's going to be really weak. Tokugawa's going to come out. Tokugawa and Washington will come out of the land grab phase as the strongest AIs. That was definitely the case. But that Washington would get hamstrung by diplomacy, that he would get dogpiled. All of that has happened. That said, that does not mean that these picks are going to work, but that was what I was hoping for. Yeah, if Louis had expanded toward Huayna-Capac at all, yes, also. If Louis had expanded east a little bit better, would also have affected that. I think Huayna-Capac got more. He got more than I was expecting him to get. I thought that he got 2 more cities than I thought he'd get. But I mean, Huayna-Capac's a really good AI. So I'm you're kind of seeing that here. All right, now the question is, will he be able to continue onwards? He got the 1 sneak attack city, but will he be able to keep? Will he be able to continue onwards? That's a little bit less clear. Louis does not seem to have that much at the moment. Washington is obviously going to try to make a stand here at Philadelphia. And it looks like there was some fighting there, but it's hard for me to tell who actually came out on top of that. It is also possible that this war could stalemate for a little while here. I mean, I'm just concerned about, is Wang Khan going to join one of these wars? Freddy is apparently still plotting war. I mean, he's just so far behind. Okay, and Tokugawa's apparently plotting war as well. So he has a lot of time. I mean, he could plot with any of these leaders. Toku to then plow into Huayna-Capac right now. I mean, it's unlikely, but not impossible. Biggest issue for Tokugawa is he really has no allies at the moment. With his own self-founded religion, nobody especially likes him that much. We have Cautious. One of the best things he could do would be, if he joined the war against Washington, he would get some mutual military struggle bonuses. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, Frederick would be his most likely target because they have border tension. Not a ton, but they have some. Also, Freddy would be a pretty easy conquest for him. So that would probably be his best move, would be to take over Frederick, which I think he could do without too much trouble. Freddy's going for longbows, but, I mean, Tokugawa's double his size, so it would be very hard for Freddy to keep pace. Anyway, for the moment, we're going to continue watching this war and just try to see if Wang Khan ever decides to do anything. He really hasn't so far. Louis is just building wonders. By the way, the case for Louis to win this game, Louis still has a shot to win this game. Even if he doesn't get any more territory than this, he still has a shot. Also, Washington has finally gone to Wang Khan's religion. So that's noteworthy because it means that... Does that get Wang Khan pleased with him? Okay, so that does get Wang Khan pleased with him, which is big, because now he won't plot war with Washington. So that's pretty key. If he starts plotting war, it will not be with Washington at this point. Tokugawa actually has open borders with Huayna-Capac. Is that true? Where is Toku? No, he doesn't. He does not have open borders with anyone. Nope. That's Toku for you. He won't sign open borders with anyone. And there are a lot of units moving around in this portion of the map right now. Washington could sure use some help from somebody else. The city of Atlanta, excuse me, not being held very, very well over here. That said, we all know the AI struggles with the 2v1. Oh! Oh, what? 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 Oh, what? Oh, the dreams of everybody. Everybody with Huayna-Capac, the dreams. Oh, no. Oh, no. He doesn't even have a stack ready to fight there. Well, that could not be better news for Washington and Wang Khan and Frederick. He has no units here, so was he even plotting this war? Was he even planning on this? Where are his units? Where's his stack? Did he get bought into this war by someone else? He was probably bribed in. What's in the boat? No, he wasn't plotting to drop archers in here. I feel like he was probably bribed into the war by Washington. Because I don't think he was ready to attack there. Oh boy, wow. That's a huge reversal in this game. Absolutely huge. As I said, I don't think Tokugawa was planning that. Now Tokugawa is actually at serious risk of getting dogpiled because he could get attacked by Frederick. And it's not out of the question by any means that Wang Khan could also try to attack him too. They have some pretty significant border tension. This could not have been better for Washington, and it really could not have been better for Wang Khan either. This is the first instance. So it's like we have 3 good by piece weight, 3 good leaders, and we have 3 evil leaders. The evil leaders turning on each other is just a fantastic opportunity for the high piece weight civs to make something of this game. Oh, this game brought to you by Chaos. Washington completes the Colossus. Is it possible to check you brought in a war ally? Sure. So that would be how Wainakopek feels about Tokugawa. I don't... Oh, no. That would be how he feels against Washington. No, I don't see that there. I don't see that. So I don't think that that's the case. Frederick going in... Yeah, now Frederick will go in when he could have attacked earlier. He still has a stack right here. And it wouldn't have mattered. So, I mean, yeah, Frederick has, like, no... Or, Tokugawa has, like, no units anywhere close to Wainakopek's territory. So... probably feels like it was just someone buying in. Louis is like not making any attempt to continue this war, by the way. And wow, that was a 2-turn difference. 2-turn difference. Because if Tokugawa attacks first, then if Frederick attacks first, Tokugawa would never start that war with Wang Khan. Again, just a massive swing, and like now Freddy's probably going to take this, and now Tokugawa, who is the strongest AI at the moment, finds himself in a 2v1 war. I wouldn't be surprised if Toku doesn't really fight, what's his name, Wainakopek very much. I don't think he really wants to fight him. Okay, apparently Frederick could not even get the norm. Like normally when the AI starts a war, they can at least snipe one city. Apparently he couldn't even do that. So that's not great. But Wainakopek is now turning his stack around and moving it over here to Izumo. Although Wainakopek's only just got construction, so he doesn't have catapults yet. But like, yeah, these two now will fight each other. And that's great for Washington. Washington might have a path to go retake Atlanta. So the real question now is Wang Khan plotting war? And the answer is yes. Yes, he is. And he can't declare war on Frederick or Washington. So the most likely target is also Tokugawa, although it could also be, I guess, Wang Khan or Wainakopek. But the most likely target is probably Tokugawa because he doesn't like him very much. So Toku, who has again, boy, I sure can curse the AI leaders, can't I? I sure can curse them. I seem like I can identify who the strongest AI leader is, but then my pick is just an absolute curse of death. It's like Toku, very clearly the top AI in this game, but now looks like he is going to be potentially the subject of a 3v1 dog pile. Oh boy. Lasai. Meanwhile, Louis is like, I'm just going to keep building wonders over here. And Washington probably would like to get out of this war that he's in. Oh boy. Yeah, that really hurts if you pick Tokugawa. Because, like, I just feel like... Anyway, I'm not going to harp on this too much. I know it gets annoying, but I just feel like I read this game correctly. And then, like, this very random war that Toku did not even want to fight and gets bribed into just, like, throws the game completely into chaos. It's just it's just a little frustrating. That's a little bit frustrating. Because, like, now this stack, which... otherwise would be capturing Frankfurt right now and like marching through German territory, is instead walking over here into Incan territory where it's going to meet the same stack here, as opposed to Washington desperately fighting off a 2v1. I mean, the games are random, like stuff happens that just is pretty random, but like this has flipped in a way that like is enormously good news for actually Wang Khan of all people. Because like Wang Khan has stayed out of all these early fights. He's got a clear ally in Washington who he's never going to fight with. And now the path is cleared for him to go and take territory from Tokugawa. So even though Wang Khan's early game was like pretty atrocious, the diplomacy has just broken in a way that just really could not have been better for him. Because Washington is like exhausted. He's been fighting for so long. He's totally exhausted at this point. He really just needs to sign a peace treaty. A lot of great generals being born here. Yeah, Tokugawa and Wainakapak just traded some units. And I think Wainakapak got the better of that. But like all of Tokugawa's military is now up here on the border with the Incans. I mean, like Frederick is technically attacking, but it's like a little yappy dog biting at his feet. That's not likely to do very much. And then like the stage is just set for Wang Khan to come in here and just like blast his way through Japan. Because we know the AI does not do well in 2v1s, and you've seen Washington. Okay, well, I said I thought Tokugawa got the better of that. No. Or I thought Wainakapak got the better of that fighting. No, that was not the case. Tokugawa actually got the better of that fighting. Oof. You do wonder why, yeah, like, and like technically Louis and Washington are at war, but they're not really fighting anymore. It'll be interesting to see who like pieces out first, because this stack looks like it's going to be able to retake Atlanta at this point. By the way, if Washington was actually able to buy Tokugawa into his war, that was like the best best use of whatever bribe that was conceivable. That was absolutely fantastic. So I'm still waiting for Wang Khan to make his move. Is somebody going to peace out in one of these wars? I mean, I feel like at some point someone's going to peace out in one of these wars, right? Because Atlanta does look like it's going to get retaken by Washington soon. Louis and Washington, peace out. Okay. Good news for Louis. Good news for Washington. Bad news for Wainakapak. Like, bad news for Wainakapak. Because he is now in a 2v1 that he does not want to be fighting. Yeah, Atlanta just lost its defenses. And he just flipped into a religion that no one's practicing, as Louis goes free religion from Shwedagon. Okay. Tokugawa having no one else practicing his religion. It does not feel like a good decision at this point. Yeah, I expect Atlanta will get captured back here. So that's not good for Wainakapak. Boy, it sure looked like Wainakapak really had things going. He was on the positive side of a 2v1. And he was going to make territorial gains. And then, boy, that war declaration just absolutely flipped things. By the way, shouldn't Tokugawa be able to build elephants? I haven't seen him training elephants anywhere. But, like, he has construction. All right, there he is. War elephant down there. Tokugawa cleaning up the music, great person. Not that that's that great in the AI's hands. They usually just bomb something on one of the corners. Louis is still going for cultural stuff. Why is Freddy no religion? He's never had a religion spread to him. Oh, he does have religion in his cities. Why hasn't he adopted a religion? That's so bizarre. I wonder why he has never adopted a religion. Very strange. Freddy's just building up this stack, but not attacking with it for some reason. Anyway, I do expect Wang Khan's going to attack any minute now. He's going to go for Satsuma over here. And there it is. And now my pick to win the game is in a three-front war. Because my picks are cursed. I just don't know how I do it week after week. I genuinely do not know how I do it. I can pick out the strongest AI on the map, but the minute I pick them, they are doomed. I mean, like, you guys are like, well, I picked Tokugawa first to die. I mean, I guess there was always the potential, but, like, again, I'm not going to spend 3 hours harping on this, but the sequence of what happened, Washington almost certainly buying Tokugawa into a war he didn't want to fight, that then immediately, 2 turns later, turns into a 2v1, and then sets him up for a 3v1. I mean, just like, what do you do? What can you say? It's just... there's not much you can say. Just all you can do is identify who you think the strongest leaders are and try to go from there. And yeah, like I said, Toku pretty clearly leading in score. But I mean, it's all just set up for Wang Khan. So if you're one of the people who had Wang Khan to win, which was not a lot of people, but some people did, It's just broken like perfectly in his favor the way that this game's played out. He stayed out of all the early wars, and he's got a really strong friendship with Washington, who's been like his meat shield, and now he's positioned to just start taking territory off of poor Tokugawa here. Like I said, it's just played out really well in his favor. Equally could have gone in a different direction, but that's just not how it happened. Well, I did say I thought either Washington or Tokugawa would be first to die in this game. And it looks like I may have guessed wrong on the 50-50 here between the two of them. In terms of the power rating, if you're curious, oh boy, wow, Wada Kapak is just taking an absolute... Tokugawa has just been absolutely... He's just been absolutely beating the living daylights out of both Wada Kapak and also Frederick. I mean, he's just smashed both of them in a 2v1. Imagine what would have happened if he had not gotten into a 3v1 in this game. Like, seriously. Just imagine what happens. Anyway. Well, I mean, you could say that this is the weakness of the low piece weight civs. Is the high piece weight civs, there's fewer of them in Civ 4 than the low piece weight civs. And they tend to be a lot less aggressive, so they tend to like stay smaller overall. But they also mostly don't declare war at pleased. So the high piece weight leaders will work together more reliably than the low piece weight. Yeah, attacking across a river. The problem is there's 23 units here, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. So that's going to be rough. I mean, maybe if Toku goes feudalism and upgrades all those archers into longbows, but it's still going to be tough. There are also 8 Hwachas there. I mean, they'll just collateral the defenders. So I would expect that city to fall. I'm also a little surprised that none of these wars have been canceled, because once an AI is in like 3 wars at once, they usually want to get out of the conflicts. But sometimes they do just last and last and last. You never know. The one thing that Tokugawa does have in his favor is he does have 10 billion promotions on all his units. Okay, Louis finished the Christian Shrine. Louis is not in a war right now, by the way. He's the only one not fighting at the moment. And it's still possible for Louis to win this game, too, by culture. Like, he's one of the weaker AIs, but he could still win by culture. Just because he's clearly just been spamming culture the whole game. Alright, so Satsuma should get attacked. Yeah, I was going to say, this is the turn it's going to get attacked. I mean, there's just too many units here. A lot of units got low, but it doesn't look like a lot of units actually died. So Toku is not looking so hot here. He's frantically upgrading units. He's upgrading his archers into longbows. The fact that he has Chichen Itza and he's protective and he has longbows means he can probably staunch the bleeding for a little while. But no AI is going to be able to win a 3v1 long term. It's not something that happens. They can't long term win against 3 opponents at once. Even if Frederick is weak and right now, Wada Kapak and Tokugawa are not really fighting each other very much. They seem like they've mostly backed off one another because they also have other opponents to fight. Wada Kapak's trying to take it low. They just signed a peace treaty, I think, because their units just got teleported. We can check the power graphs in a second. Okay, enough with the civics announcements. Did they sign peace here? Yep. Okay. So it's just everybody pile on the leader that I picked. It's just everybody pile on poor Tokugawa. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it in cursing these leaders. I just don't know how I do it. It's just remarkable how whoever I pick is the curse of death. Yeah, you can see that was not a good trade for Tokugawa. He got blasted there. Now he's at war with 3 AIs and he has no help from anyone. Ooh. I just don't know how I do it. Ah, well. Let's see what happens. I did say I thought either Tokugawa or Washington would be first to die. It looks like I may have picked the wrong one. So anyway, all the action is taking place in Japanese territory right now. Tokugawa, for what it's worth, actually is the tech leader in this game. I will also say that having these wars that just like kind of stalemate and are not going anywhere that's long-term good for like Louis, who's trying to win by stacking up culture. Like the longer this game goes without a dominant AI emerging, the better that is. That said, Wang Khan looks like he might be emerging as the dominant AI in this one, because he is presumably going to get most of whatever gets taken here. And don't forget, Wina Kopak is maybe in position to get some territory here as well. And we know Wina Kopak doesn't need that much territory to be effective in these games. Because like Chichen Itza can slow the pace of conquest, but it's not enough to stop it. I mean, like there's a lot of defenders in here, but look, war elephants, horse archers, catapults, they don't get defensive bonuses. That's 24 units there from Wang Khan. And Wina Kopak's got a huge stack over here. And like Freddy is not strong, but he's got 18 units down here. I mean, like there's just AI leaders can't deal with a 3v1, and that's just what happened here. So is Washington plotting war? I suppose it's... No, he's not. And I would be surprised if Louis is. Okay, he is plotting war, so he's probably going back to war with Washington, I would guess. But you never know. He's annoyed towards Wang Khan of all people. Well, I don't know. Louis should probably just sit there and try. Maybe he's declaring war on Tokugawa as well. Let's just pile it on. Let's have him come across the map to attack Tokugawa too. Sure, why not? Let's have that. Let's just make this let's just make my pick as bad as possible. Anyway, Freddy apparently, I mean, he did just get the Sistine Chapel and found the philosophy religion. So he is doing the preparation necessary to go for the cultural victory here. Freddy just got shredded again by Tokugawa. Yet again, just took another huge loss. But unfortunately, Tokyo and Izumo are both going to get captured pretty soon. And there's just not really anything Tokugawa can do to stop it. Although apparently he just signed... Okay, well, he can do that to stop it. That actually gives him a fighting chance to hold here. He's still disadvantaged, but he actually has a shot now. This city will fall. There's not enough defense. He needs to be massing longbows in here. Not with the war elephants on defense. They're not going to do a darn thing. They're just going to get collateral to death. Well, there's only 3 Huachas here, so it's not as bad as at that other city. That the previous city, there were like 8 Huachas. So this at least gives him a little more of a shot. I still think Tokyo's going to get captured here because there's 26 units, and that's a lot. That's just too many units to defend there. And then there's another stack coming down here. And Freddy is still doing the ankle-biting thing. Apparently this Barb City also got taken by Tokugawa at some point. I thought that was going to get auto-raised, but I guess not. Freddy has never gotten past 5 cities, by the way, in this game. I mean, there's not a lot of real defenders. This city's also not on a hill, which is a big deal for longbows. This city will get captured. Yeah, see? All right, turn 150. Wang Khan is... Notice that Wang Khan has just opened up a big lead over the rest of the field here. Yeah, a lot of injured units, but like they all mostly survived. He only lost 10 units, and he definitely killed more defenders than that. And that is the Divine Right religion, unless I make my mistake. So that's all the religions now. Right? No, that's the... Oh, Louis has the Divine Right religion. Washington has the philosophy religion. That was not what I was expecting there. Oh, Chichen Itza's gone too. Oof. Yeah, this city had Chichen Itza in it. Yep, that's right. Obviously, that Barb City in the Deep South reached size 2 at some point. And then this... I don't think this is enough to take Nara here. But, yeah, I mean, Toku... Even if he gets peace right now, he's just been damaged very severely. The problem is, now Wang Khan has enough territory, and Wang Khan does have the financial trait that, like, it's hard for Tokugawa to keep pace. You can see... Wang Khan goes from, let's go back to 100 turns. Wang Khan is one of the weakest AIs for a long time, but like now he has actually taken the food lead. Washington had the big lead, and then Tokugawa was going out to a lead, but then both of them got dragged back into the pack, which can happen to the leaders in the middle of the map. Apparently he Tokugawa culture bombed something at some point. Culture bomb Nagasaki, where's that? Oh, down here. Okay, that's, you know, if you're going to use a culture bomb, that wasn't the worst place to do it. It did give him control of a lot of those tiles. We'll see if he can stabilize here, or if Wang Khan just continues his march forward. Most powerful. Wang Khan is first. Tokugawa's dropped down to 4th in power. This is the only war still going on, right? Yeah, only one still going on. And I think that Nara is the target, so we'll keep an eye on this part of the map here. I would have to say that Wang Khan is the favorite at this point, though. And Spaceship looks a heck of a lot better of a victory condition than Domination right now. So Nara, you know, I didn't think that there would be enough here, but Toku hasn't really defended this very well. Yeah, he hasn't really defended this very well. I would feel good about a bid on Wang Khan right now as well. So just waiting to see. I mean, if Nara falls, then like this is over. Toku has to stop the bleeding somewhere around here. If he can't hold this city, and I don't know if he can, then there's not much he can do to stop at this point. Let's see. Washington's not plotting war. We said Louis was plotting war. Okay. And Huayna Capac is also plotting war. Okay. I don't think Washington's going to be first to die at this point. All right, well, that's what he needed. He actually held. Toku actually did hold the spot. Now, the problem is Toku's taken so much damage from this three-way war that he's dropped back into the middle of the pack on score. Which is, you know, bad news. He needed to be out in front of the rest of the field, but he did hold here, so he may be able to stop the bleeding without any further losses. What he needs is someone to attack one of these other AI leaders, someone to attack either Wang Khan or Frederick. No one's going to attack Frederick, but to help him alleviate some of the pressure, that would have to come from Louis or Huayna Capac, obviously. Huayna Capac, he seems to be building a stack over here. He's building a stack here. So who his target is, I'm not sure. Maybe if both Huayna Capac and Louis attack Washington, they could still be first to die. I think that's a little unlikely, but you never know. So, I mean, it does appear that Tokugawa, of the many promotions, is holding his current territory. He has yet again cleared his territory of enemy units, amazingly. And it's been a really impressive defense, all things considered. He was fighting 3 different AIs at once. If Huayna Capac comes back again to attack this guy... Can you imagine if Huayna Capac comes back again to attack Tokugawa now? He might be doing that. He also might be going for Wang Khan. I don't know. I swear to God, if Tokugawa has now been attacked by 3 different times, if he gets attacked a 4th time... Like, there's only been, how many wars so far in this game? There's only been 5 wars, and 3 of them were against Tokugawa. If Tokugawa can get peace, he could try to get territory by eating Frederick. That's true. Like, he has a chance to maybe get Tokyo back here, but he's just taking so much damage, it's going to be difficult from this spot. Not impossible, but difficult. Yeah, I'm really curious. Louis has been plotting war for a while, but we haven't seen anything out of him. His power level is also pretty sad. What does the scouter say about his power level? Well, let's go ahead and check. Louis, for all that he's supposedly plotting war, is not really plotting war. Huayna Capac, on the other hand, seems to be putting up a much more serious fight. And his stack is right here. I think Washington's his target, but I don't know. Where is Huayna Capac? He's -6 with Tokugawa. All because of that one. Washington, I swear to God, Washington buying Tokugawa into that one war has just thrown the game into such a loop from where it would have been otherwise. That's the best thing about AI Survivors. We get these crazy swings. He really doesn't like Wang Khan or Washington. You guys think it was Toku's natural plotting? I think he was bought into the war. I really do. The reason why is he had no units anywhere close to the Incans. When the AI plots a war and they declare, there's always a stack that crosses the border. Like, he didn't have a single unit up there at all. He was plotting war, but I don't think it was with... I don't think it was with What's his name? I don't think that the war was with Huayna. I could be wrong. Well, look at that. I actually just took a city back again. Interesting. Wang Khan, I mean, still has a 2v1 advantage here. Although Frederick is like half of a leader. So it's maybe like 1.5 against 1 instead of 2v1. And it looks like Huayna. Oh, wait, no, never mind. He still hasn't moved the big stack out yet. Where is it going? Okay, so Louis has paper now. And the big stack is still right here, which could mean that Atlanta's a I mean, Atlanta looks like the most obvious target, but it could also be Izumo. In which case, all I could do is just like shake my head. I think Wang Khan actually lost a decent amount of... Yeah, look at this. Wang Khan has been... Even though Wang Khan's in the 1.5 against 1, he has just been taking a beating here. I'm impressed at how well Toku's been fighting. Like, he has put up a kind of a monster fight in this war here. And now he might be able to get Satsuma back as well. I mean, it's really hard to defend a city that does not control its own first ring of tiles. It's very difficult to hold a city if you can't control the first ring. All right, well, here's the stack. Does Huayna have open borders with Washington? He does not, which means that this is going to attack Atlanta. Guaranteed. All right. And the war is on. Again. That war counter is definitely going up. This might end up being a long game. I don't think the tech pace is very fast in this one. Round 2. I mean, Atlanta is unlikely to be held here. Huayna, by the way, has really been building the military. Washington is not so much. And Louis has very, very gradually been adding some extra units. But he still has almost nothing. If Louis is plotting war, it's not a very serious one. I still wouldn't be shocked if Louis ends up stealing this one via cultural victory, just because this game does not seem like it's going at a very fast pace, and no one seems to be emerging as a dominant leader. He is continuing to build so many wonders in his territory. Like, look at this city. Stonehenge, Great Lighthouse, Parthenon, Hagia Sophia, Spiral Minaret, Temple of Artemis, Statue of Zeus, Moai statues. He just has so little territory. He only has 7 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And like this one is barely a city. He doesn't have much territory, but what he does have is pretty good. He's got a lot of wonders in there. Okay. So Huayna takes back Atlanta again. This border city. Now here's Washington stack up here. 23 units in it. Obviously going for this spot up here. A lot of elephants. Does Washington have elephants? Yes, he does. I just spotted them. He doesn't actually have ivory as a resource, but someone's obviously traded it to him. Okay, Satsuma is under siege here. I don't know if Toku's going to be able to take that back. Toku is somehow fighting these two and apparently winning. Now that he does not have Huayna to deal with as well. He's actually punching back here pretty well. Because he just took out the defenses, and Satsuma looks like it might get recaptured as well. As I said, it's really hard to defend a city that doesn't control its first string borders. Alright, meanwhile, up here, Washington's stack moves forward, and Huayna stack also moves forward. Although Philadelphia is going to be a tougher task. I'll keep watching down here at Satsuma. One thing about Wang Khan is it doesn't look like his tech is very good. Okay, no, looks like the city was able to hold. Turns out that Wang Khan also has protective longbows that he can stuff into a city. But at this point, Wang Khan and Tokugawa look like they're fairly evenly matched. Even though Frederick is also over here. Maybe Freddy will have more success. He's just about taking out the defenses there. It's a good thing for Tokugawa that this city's on a hill. That's making a big difference. Anyway, up here, Washington stack is still marching around. Huayna stack is still marching around. Curious if they traded. Yeah, that attack did not go well for Tokugawa. Washington has apparently lost the clash with Huayna. Just gotten bruised pretty badly. Look at Washington's power went down that far. Huayna still up here. Okay. Incan leader still hanging in here. One good thing about this game is I feel like the outcome is still very much up in the air. Like, I don't feel like we have a clear winner at this point. I give the nod to Wang Khan, but like that's not a big edge. It's still very much open to multiple leaders claiming this. Like, Wina Kopak's not out of it. Louis has the cultural victory angle. He's theoretically still no, he's no longer war plotting. He's like, screw that. Can we get a tech check on Louis? Yeah, he might just be starting to run because he is into the early Renaissance. I don't think anyone else is that close. Frederick is very far behind. Toku is probably closest. Or Wang Khan. Wang Khan's going for guilds, which would certainly be nice. And okay, he's not that far ahead. Washington's actually pretty close to him as well. Washington's also like right there. Yeah, poor Tokugawa. He really should try to sign peace with one of these two leaders to get out of this conflict. Anyway, that attack against Nagoya did not succeed either. Freddy has been trying for some time, but he has just not had any luck at getting through that border defense. Anyway, Wina Kopak looks like he's pretty decisively won this border clash with Washington, because Washington had a field army, but now does not have a field army. And he just flipped into a civic swap there. So that Philadelphia will come under siege. Now, are there any... There's one catapult here, so that's not... There's another second catapult. That's going to take a while. But yeah, Louis is still building these wonders. the Louis... This is the Darius from last week, right? Just sit on low cities and keep going. Where is this stack going? Where is this stack going? Apparently, this is just going for a walk deep into Japanese territory. Here comes the latest Freddy stack. Still trying their best. East Asian war check. What does that mean? I'm trying to keep an eye on both sides of this war. So we have a very, very slow siege developing at Philadelphia. I mean, a very slow siege developing down here. There are 2 catapults bombarding, so that's going to take about 40 turns to get through the defenses. We'll see if more of them come in. Wang Khan is running a stack very deep into Japanese territory. I would expect that that'll get hit with collateral damage and killed, but you never know. Kyoto does not have a lot of defenders. There are a lot of catapults here. Surely he's not going to let his capital get taken, right? Like, you would think that this stack will just get hit with the AI's like mobile defense, whatever. Also, why is he still building chariots? Why would you build chariots at this stage of the game? There are 20 units here. Actually, it's not crazy. We see what's inside Toku's capital. He doesn't have any wonders in here, but he does have a lot of infrastructure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 merged great generals and a great engineer. Okay. Anyway, so Philadelphia is very, very slowly getting bombarded here. And as I said, yeah, this just going straight, as you said, going straight for the throat. Louis built Taj Mahal. Louis is now the score leader on 7 cities. What is going on in this game? Somehow staying out of war is working for him. There are still 20 units here. I mean, is this on a hill? It is on a hill. The attack still has not come into this city yet. Is Kyoto actually just... I just keep assuming that, like, there's going to be some kind of a stack that's going to punch back here. But that is... I haven't seen that happen. The castle's not going to do anything when the defenses are already down. Okay, it looks like that attack did not succeed, to say the least. Look at all those promotions. Seriously. There's a Guerrilla 2 City Garrison 3 longbow there. Oh my god. There's also a Drill 4 crossbow. There's 22 XP on a crossbow, 19 on a horse archer, 18 on a pike, 20 on a longbow. This is not stuff that typically happens. No, Louis still doesn't have another city. He just has a ton of culture up here. Still hasn't. Anyway, Wina Kopak is very slowly besieging Philadelphia. Okay, he finally got some more cats or trebuchets up there. Is Washington still going to be first to die? Is that actually possible that Washington is still first to die in this game? Like, despite everything? The bad news for Tokugawa is Wang Khan is tech to knights, and that's significantly better than any unit that Tokugawa has. He did get Chichen Itza back, though, when he recaptured that city. But it looks like Wang Khan has kind of gotten the upper hand now. Albeit, wait, Tokugawa took a big dip earlier. But, one other thing I just spotted on that chart. Frederick goes, he attacks, and then he rebuilds, and then he attacks, and then he rebuilds, and then he attacks, and then he rebuilds. And it just keeps failing over and over again. That's pretty hilarious. But yeah, I would expect Philadelphia to get captured soon, because this is a monster stack out here. And Huayna has 50 units outside this city. And Washington just built the Hindu shrine. Louis is still building wonders at a crazy pace. He's up to Constitution. Is Wang Khan willing to peace out with... I mean, you would hope he would, but he hasn't shown any sign of stopping yet. I don't know how to check if he's willing to peace out. He just... Either he will or he won't is kind of the way I understand it. Okay, Philadelphia has had a chariot as top defender there, which is not what you want to see. So I think this gets captured on the next turn, unless I'm mistaken. Huayna still has a lot of units available. Is he attacking or heal? Maybe he stopped to heal, which is probably a mistake. Yeah, it's okay. I guess he stopped to heal. Or well, it didn't work. That must have been a horrific bloodletting if he didn't manage to... Oh my god, yeah. Okay, well, it was just awful for both of them. They both took just massive losses there. I mean, massive losses on both sides. I mean, again, great news for Louis. Louis is just sitting here in the corner with 7 cities going for culture. He is definitely in culture mode. There's no question about that. For the moment, it looks like he's getting away with it, honestly, because like nobody's really putting pressure on him. I don't see any city that's threatened at the moment in Japanese territory. Now that Tokugawa is also going for guilds as well. It just looks like the map is kind of stalemated right now, just due to the way that things have broken out. The Tokugawa who was the strongest of the low piece rate AIs, getting kind of 2v1'd, or actually 3v1'd, and then Louis not showing any interest in fighting Washington, and then Huayna struggling. Like, the game's just been kind of like in this stalemate thing. If Louis stabs into Washington at the right time, he might even get a bunch of territory. That's true. He might. That's true. He actually might. That's assuming he ever shows any interest. I mean, if he's just in culture mode, is he ever going to try to fight somebody? He might not. So this siege is technically still going on, but I think that it's over at this point. I don't see that happening. So all these wars seem to be stalemated for the moment. Unless Satsuma can get reconquered here by Tokugawa. But, I mean, it looks pretty exposed here. So I'm just keeping an eye on this. But, like, Huayna big punch. Oh, yeah, does Louis have 3 cities? Well, he's going for it in Paris and Lyon and Orleans. At the moment, he has not turned on the slider. I mean, he's not close at the moment. He'll have to turn on the slider to have a realistic shot, which he probably does at some point. All right, so Tokugawa now trying to take back Satsuma. I don't know. Is this city on this city's on flat ground. It's not on a hill. And the defenses have mostly recovered at Philadelphia. Frederick is still at war here. It is kind of amazing how this game is stalemated in this way. All right. Did anyone actually attack? I believe that Tokugawa attacked with some units. He probably should have waited and attacked with all of them. Now Wang Khan, with his bazillion promotions, is also gets the chance to defend in one of these spots. Knights are hard to kill, though. The knights are going to be hard to take out. I don't think that... Yeah, so that attack didn't work either. And meanwhile over here, we'll see if the attack on Philly works. I don't think it will. Well, had more success than I thought. If it catapults the top defender, that's not a good sign. Oh, okay. Actually, Huayna had way more success. So this city looks like it is going to fall. And that might open the floodgates as Louis goes universal suffrage and emancipation. Okay, Louis. That actually is pretty significant. That's like a real conquest for Huayna. Oh, Wankan was in a golden age. Interesting. Okay. Well, there's only 4 cities left for Washington at this point. Yeah, he got out to that really fast start, and then he kind of stalled after that, didn't he? Hmm. Louis, this would be a good time to declare war and pick up some territory, but he won't do that. So instead, we just have this endless 2v1 over here with Tokugawa and Wankan and Frederick. Frederick, who is still somehow alive in this game. You would think that someone would peace out in this war eventually, but no. So I guess we'll just continue to watch whatever Huayna doing. Now, Huayna can use Louis' borders. I will say if Huayna takes New York, he'd probably give that to Louis, because Louis' borders, I mean, he has 5,000 culture in here. So that means his borders go out to, here's 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. His borders actually go out to here. Like, this is the actual borders of Orleans. It goes out this far. So, yeah, it's unlikely that Huayna would hold that. But he can use Louis' borders to... Like, he can just walk up to this tile right here and siege New York down from there. If he wanted to. Meanwhile, what's going on over here? There's a knight stack pushing forward on Osaka. Unfortunately, Osaka has 125% city defenses. So, that's going to take a while. Frederick is somehow still alive. This war has gone on so long. I'm actually amazed that Tokugawa has held up as well as he has, considering how difficult his war was. Is Rems also pressuring the city? Rems' culture is only at 500 cultures. This is 20, 40, 60. No, Rems' culture does not actually touch Philadelphia. Not the city center tile, at least. So Huayna will not try to give that city away, or it's very unlikely that he would try to give that city away. Yeah, all the promotions, I mean, like, Tokugawa's traits, like, they're not good, but they are good at one thing, and that's actual direct fighting. I don't think there's enough in that stack. I know there's some knights, but I don't think there's enough in that stack to try to capture that. It's like both of these sides try to attack, but then when they attack, they're hitting into all those protective promotions. And it doesn't go anywhere. Yep, so Louis is still doing Louis things. Oh, wait, what? Wait, where is that? Wait, oh! Frederick had a stack up there. I did not even know he had units up there. He had tried to attack down here every single time. I did not know that he was up there. Frederick draws blood on turn 200. Wow. Again, the 2v1, it's tough for the AI to deal with. I mean, he doesn't have many units over here, but it was enough. The difference is this one was on flat ground. This city's on a hill. That's the reason why he never broke through here. The city's on a hill. Without the hill defensive bonus, that city probably would have fallen a long time ago. I don't know if Freddy can hold that city, but just like anything he does to hurt them is pretty notable. Anyway, Huayna is doing what we thought. He's walked all the way over here. Of course, it's going to take him forever to capture New York, too. All right, our graphs for this turn. I mean, this is concerning for the rest of the field because it doesn't seem like anyone's going to be able to deal with Louis. Just due to the way the diplomacy in this game is shaken out, Louis is just being left completely and utterly alone. While everyone else fights these very, very, very long and destructive wars, he is, just kind of getting a free pass. His production is actually not very good. This was in a golden age, and this is in another, I believe this is in another golden age, so his production's not very good. His food is not especially good either. His power is just very mediocre, but I'm not sure if it matters. Toku looks like maybe he's finally hitting exhaustion here. He took a brutal loss right there earlier, and then culture, you can see, is just run away with that. Yeah, a lot of it's culture, but still. Like I said, Toku has just been in warfare for so long. Well, here's a good look. Louis is first in tech. Washington is second. Huayna actually below Toku in technology. So Huayna not exactly running away with the tech in this game. Anyway, he's going to put New York under siege. He will probably take that eventually, but it's going to be very, very slow. And I guess Freddy's going to hold this spot. So the other siege is over here at Osaka. What? Tokugawa offering us open borders. Amazing. Anyway, there's the Observer Civ discovering bronze working, as you guys always like to point out. I don't think this attack's going to work here at Osaka, but it's been tying down Tokugawa for a while. Long enough that Freddy is, as you saw, was able to snipe a city over there. Yeah, that attack is failing, but it did do more damage, and Wang Khan will have another stack coming in. So yeah, here's the next stack coming in. Again, just the 2v1 is really rough on the AI. They just really struggle. Louis off its scientific method is pretty funny, too. Tokugawa with gunpowder is gives him another good defensive unit, but are there more? There's a third trebuchet coming in, or a fourth trebuchet. What? Okay, well, that was very dumb by Frederick. It was very good for Tokugawa. Very good by Frederick, though, or very good for Toku, though. Now he's finally in a 1v1. I don't know why Frederick would do that. Oh, people were asking what is the liberalism tech that Louis took. Good question. Looks like he took astronomy. Yeah, he should have known he took astronomy, because how else would he get the scientific method? And he's going to communism right now. Freddy, why? Why would you do that, Freddy? You finally achieved something, and then instantly sign peace, and then liberate the city you captured back. It's a bit concerning. That said, Wang Khan is in good position to take this city. He's got a nice stack over here. A bunch of knights, some city raider maces. Did he remember to bring siege on this stack? Yes, he did. Gonna take him a while, because he only has 2 trebuchets. I was also trying to heal up these knights over here. I expect this will get cleaned up, but I'm more concerned for Toko with the other stack. Again, somehow Tokugawa has only lost 1 city through all this fighting. He was in a freaking 3v1. He's only lost a single city. But he did lose that city, unfortunately for him. He is finally in a 1v1, though, so there is that. And Wynakopek is slowly chipping away at New York over here. So we'll just keep an eye on these 2 fronts. But, I mean, the story of the game is Louis is just doing culture things and not really being challenged on it at all. All right, that stack finally got cleaned up by Osaka. 1v1 against Freddy would be more appreciated, yeah. All right, so the attack on New York will probably come in either this turn or the next turn. Looks like the attack killed some things. I don't... Now, again, why would you not just wait until you're at 0%? Like, why attack at 29%? I don't understand why you don't just wait and attack it after you've taken 100% down. Oh, is Louis plotting? Oh, I just spotted this Louis stack right here. Is Louis going to... Has Louis played this perfectly by, like, letting Wynakopek do all the work and then come in and get the spoils? I think he maybe has. Louis, you sneaking little... You stinker, Louis. He played that so perfectly. Wow. Could not have timed it better. Wynakopek does all the work. And we maybe we still have Washington first to die. Maybe this is a Washington first to die. And it's not crazy to think that could happen still. Because Washington only has 4. Yeah, I think it's maybe. Someone just put. I don't know if that was allowed to go through by the chat filter. Someone just put effing Frenchman. Yeah. Okay. I think Washington is looking very likely to be first to die now. Well played, Louis. I have to say, he did that. He stayed out of all the fighting until it was lopsided in his favor. Could not have really gone better. Now we see if Wang Khan's able to punch through here at Nara, and I suspect he will be able to. I think he just has too much force here for this city to hold. 21 units on the attack. This city is on a hill, so there's that. And there are a bunch of pikes in here. So, yeah, I mean, this is an era where warfare tends to be pretty difficult. By the way, Louis is not exactly racing through the tech tree. So he has not. He's been going pretty slowly. If you're curious about his cities, they are nowhere close to hitting 100k or 50k culture. And it looks like both Louis and Wynakapak need another turn to rebuild their stacks here. But that was just such a gut punch for Wynakapak not to get that city. Anyway. So we're just watching Nara and see if this city gets captured right now. It's a lot of defenders, but like it was a lot of attackers too. And when all that collateral gets thrown in, it's really hard. So it looks like the city is going to get captured here. Even though the defenders put up a good fight. There's just not enough there. See? It was a bloody victory. It came at a heavy cost, but you know, it did manage to take a city there. We'll hit next turn and see just so it'll take a while before those sides advance. Now Louis got he's got a lot of siege. Washington's going to take a while to get captured, but that will go down. And hey, I think I'm at least going to get the first to die prediction correct. Hooray! I thought Toku was looking like first to die for a while there, but he really mounted a good defense. Now the other question is who's going to capture Washington? It actually matters a great deal whether Louis gets this or Wynakapak, because if Wynakapak gets this, he could like start to build up. Oh, Louis got another golden age, man. He could like start to build up his own little territory down here. But if Louis gets this, any of these cities on the coast will probably go to Louis as well because like they'll just be crushed by Louis' culture. Are there any key wonders in here? Not really. Angkor Wat would be nice for Louis because he runs a lot of priest specialists. So yeah, I mean it's just kind of anybody's guess who can take this. They both have some units here, so it could be either side. Anyway, that's a nice wonder going down too for Louis. Louis stocks are getting higher and higher in this game right now. You'd say Wang Khan is also looking solid. As I'll check over here, it looks like Tokugawa is going to try to take Satsuma back. I have no idea if he's going to be able to do that. The problem for Wang Khan, I know we haven't really looked at like a lot of this diplomacy long term, is Louis is annoyed with Wang Khan. Wynakapak is annoyed with Wang Khan. Tokugawa is minus 15. I detest you with every fiber of my being. So Wang Khan could be in some trouble after Washington. Washington's been like his meat shield the whole game. He is researching military tradition, which is another smart pickup. But he's in a lot of danger once Washington goes down. All right, now Wynakapak moves first, but Louis has more of his army over here. So I would say Louis probably still gets this. By the way, Washington with the Grenadiers. Louis finishes the Kremlin. Okay. And Satsuma does look like it's going to get retaken by Tokugawa. And Nara, you can see this still coming out of resistance. If I had to bet, I would say I think Louis gets this, but I'm not certain. No. Louis knocks it down to 3 defenders, so I would expect Wynakapak now gets it. That'll be big for Wynakapak to get if he can secure this one. Okay, it is Wynakapak, a big pickup. As I said, that gives him the chance to get territory instead of Louis just getting everything, which was a real possibility. Also going Confucian. Oh, wait, what? He went to Wang Khan's religion? Interesting. Interesting. Also, Satsuma taken back by Tokugawa. Every time it looks like he's dead, he continues to fight back. The problem for him, though, is Wang Khan getting military traditions pretty bad for him. Well, fortunately for Tokugawa, Wang Khan does not have gunpowder. Not yet. Did go economics. Toku is going... Okay, he's going military tradition as well. So he'll have cuirassiers probably about the same time Wang Khan does. That said, Louis is definitely ahead in tech because he went all the way to democracy and he has some techs up here. He's not researching that fast, though. Wynakapak is... Wow, Wynakapak's teching is pretty bad in this game. Like, pretty bad. Louis going to... If Louis is on rifling, he can't have anything queued up. Or on banking, he can't have anything queued up behind that because banking's a dead-end tech. All right. Washington does look like he's going to be first to die at this point. I will refresh the map just because we had some cities change hands. Oh, Wang Khan made peace with Tokugawa. Finally the Eternal War ends. So after all that fighting, the endless war, Tokugawa lost one city. He lost Nara. Now, during the course of the fighting, he temporarily lost Tokyo. He lost Satsuma. He lost Kagoshima. He had his infrastructure wiped out in all those spots. But Toku still has a path to get back in this game in the sense that Frederick is ridiculously weak. And he hates Frederick. And Freddy is right on his border. I mean, Frederick, where's Tokugawa? Yeah, he's -3 annoyed with Frederick. He's furious despite them not being at war right now. Yeah, he actually does like Louis. He's cautious towards Wynakopek. Interesting. So yeah, now Wang Khan could try to join this war and help out help out Washington, but I feel like it's too late for Washington at this point. Like I don't feel like there's much chance for him. Also the question of who's going to get the... So now we'll just watch this over here. The question of who's going to get the kill credit points for... what's his name? For Washington. Yeah, they actually both have stacks here. And going to Buddhism. What Frederick, what do you do? Stop trolling, Frederick. Go home, Frederick. You're drunk. This map did not do Frederick any favors, but like he also has played this map very poorly. Will not be first to die, though. Just out of curiosity, you're not plotting war? No. Tokugawa, you need like 20 turns to rebuild. And Frederick, I can't imagine that you're plotting war. Although you are, so you're an idiot. You apparently want Tokugawa to just kill you. He's about to have cuirassiers. You're a moron, Freddy. But I don't think Freddy can die faster than Washington can die here. This city has one longbow and one sword, so... These knights and horse archers could probably just take it, but they'll stop to bombard because there's a trebuchet there. Also, it'll be interesting to see who gets these cities, as always. Whether it's just Luis. By the way, Wynakopek's up to second in score again, so... Yeah. Wynakopek doing Wynakopek things, as usual. Now Louis is on replaceable parts, so he's probably going for rifles at this point. Yep. Rifling. And he already has military tradition, so... That'll be calves. All right. No, another Wynakopek pickup here. The Wynakopek 1 and Louis and 2 looking good. I mean, I know a lot of people have Wynakopek to win and Louis second. Could just be the other way around. Louis wins and Wynakopek. But or they could get into conflict later on. It's not impossible. They have... oh, well, never mind. They're friendly. They've gotten up to friendly with each other from mutual military struggle. So they're buds at this point. The two of them working together. If Wynakopek wins and Louis comes in second, that would also work for my picks in this game. All right, who's going to take this city? So Wynakopek getting a little... Wynakopek got unlucky at New York, but he got a little lucky at Washington. A little bit less so at Boston. I think he had more units there. I think this one is more likely to go to Louis. Actually, no, Louis doesn't have units. It's mostly Wynakopek. He just has more units here. So he kind of gets like more tickets. Oh, no, never mind. Louis takes it. I've just been wrong over and over again. Oh, never mind. A huge Louis stack came over and took it. Okay. All right. So now who gets the final city here? They'll probably, whoever takes this will probably just gift it over to Wang Khan afterwards. But we actually have borders that like kind of make sense here. And Louis getting more territory is certainly not good for the rest of the field. Wynakopek is up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Uh-oh. Financial leader with 11 cities. And he's also getting some of that juicy Washington territory. That said, Louis' culture is so dominant. Wynakopek's not getting that much out of this. But yeah, let's see. One of these leaders is going to get the kill credit. Is Freddy still building up a stack somewhere? Yep, Freddy's building up a stack here. But Toku's probably going to have rifles by the time he launches his attack. Because I think he's headed for... Oh, no, he's on the democracy line. Never mind. He does have cuirassiers, but he will not have rifles or cavalry by the time Freddy launches his very ill-fated war over there. So Wynakopek certainly has pole position here, but Louis might be able to get down here and steal the kill. By the way, this game has run for a very long time without anyone getting eliminated yet. Oh, there's no siege in this stack, you guys. There's no... So Wynakopek will just attack and then take the city. So it looks like he's going to get the points. Louis' army is one turn behind, but I think Wynakopek just attacks and gets the kill. Yep. Wynakopek, you can't keep him down, man. From his terrible starting position, he still manages to secure a kill and is looking good for a top 2 spot at this point. Although we still have a long way to go here. I mean, no one's particularly close to a win condition right now. All right. Captured by the Incan Empire. So we finally will mark this down. Washington is indeed first to die. I don't even have to mark that on the spreadsheet. That's on turn 235. Game 5, turn 235. As I said, I thought he would be the strong, like really strong coming out of the land grab, but that he would also be first to die, which is what happened. Wynakopek gets the kill credit. So Washington was the most popular pick for first to die. So a lot of people get credit for that. In terms of fantasy scoring, Washington first to die points go to Vincarius, who is probably quite happy to get 2 points off of a very cheap Washington bid. And then Wynakopek does score a point for Kajatliak, who desperately needs Wynakopek to at least get top 2 in this game. And he stays a lot. Seems like he's in position to do so. All right. Let's go back to the game itself. Yeah, very late first to die to go all the way to turn 230 without anyone getting knocked out. That tends to happen when the map like stalemates. Let's advance a turn or two, and then we'll look at like wider game state and see. Yeah, this is... Oh, the interesting thing is, Wynakopek, I don't think he has open borders with... He does not have open borders with Wang Khan, so his army is actually trapped here now. They actually can't get out of Seattle. At least they can't move through Korean culture. Okay. So, yeah, there's the cuirassiers running around. Is Frederick still plotting war? He has apparently decided that would be utterly insane and decided not to. But Tokugawa is plotting war, and Wang Khan is also plotting war. So we'll see who goes first here. Wang Khan does not like Louis. Interesting, he doesn't like Louis very much. He's cautious towards Wynakopek because of shared faith. Interestingly enough, Wynakopek is running Confucianism right now. And Tokugawa really hates both Frederick and Wang Khan. Really hates them both. Yeah, in terms of graphs, Louis is a bit ahead in GMP. A lot of it's culture, but it's not all culture. Production, Wynakopek and Louis are tied. Food, it's pretty even. Wynakopek is actually taking over the food lead. How in the world did that happen? Power, Louis is spiked once he got access to rifles. And otherwise, Freddy is weak, is about what we're seeing. Wynakopek, 330 beakers per turn. He's actually running at a net negative right now. Louis is at 644, not a crazy amount. 238, 269, 371. Yeah, nobody really... I mean, Louis is the leader, but like he's not exactly burning through the tech tree right now. He did pick up 2 cities from that. Wynakopek technically picked up 4 cities. His cities are pretty culturally crushed, though. Now the question is, where is conflict going to break out next? If Wang Khan declares war on anyone other than Tokugawa, he's in for a world of hurting. If he declares war on Tokugawa, we probably just have another stalemated conflict. If he declares on Wynakopek or Louis, he's getting eliminated very quickly. But for right now, we're just going to... I mean, like, Louis, why is he researching military science? That does not get him closer to a spaceship or a cultural victory. That is not a tech he needs. So we're kind of just next turning here. And yeah, I expected that would happen. I said that would probably happen. He did sign open borders with Wang Khan. Wynakopek and Wang Khan are actually kind of burying the hatchet here and becoming friendly. Which is not what I would have expected, because they definitely get points for you have liberated our city. Look at that. Wang Khan is +9 with Wynakopek. What the heck? Wynakopek does not like him quite as much. Only cautious. +9. Trade relations, care for brothers and sisters of the fate. You liberated a city for us. Pleased at 9. I know, right? The peace weight difference. +9 relations and only pleased. So we're just kind of chilling here until the next military struggle breaks out. Wherever that might be. Whoa. Okay. That's not what I was expecting to have happen. Okay. Well, any chance of Tokugawa going top two is looking a lot, or Tokugawa I don't think is winning this game. I just don't. He's just been in too many wars. I don't see that happening. Why is Wainakopek attacking Toku? Well, I guess Tokugawa attacked him earlier in the game. Wainakopek actually, yes, Wainakopek domination is a possibility now. Because if Louis takes forever to go for culture, it actually is a possibility that he could try to win by he could just start rolling over the field and go for domination. It's not out of the question. Yeah, this I don't think that this favors Tokugawa. Does what units does Wainakopek have? Well, Wainakopek just has medieval units. He doesn't have military tradition. He doesn't have rifling. Tokugawa is ahead in tech. He has the cuirassiers, and if he finishes democracy, he could potentially go for rifles. So Wainakopek has more power right now, but Tokugawa has better technology. So Louis goes to another. All right, now free speech will help him get to culture. Okay, yeah, he's got the cultural victory on the countdown now. 67 turns. Yeah, yeah. That's it's looking like Louis is in the driver's seat again. Is Louis plotting war? Nope. We saw Wang Khan was. The question is, who is he plotting war with? Now, he can't declare war at please, so it's got to be either Louis or Tokugawa, and it's probably Tokugawa yet again. Tokugawa's just been dogpiled so many times this game. That is the danger when you're in the middle of the map. But, yeah, Toku's one war declaration on Wainakopek was just a disaster for him, because it's put him in these wars that he should not have fought. Anyway, here comes Wainakopek's big stack here. Still all knights, still all medieval units, but that is a lot of units there. That's 60 units. That's a lot. I'm feeling less confident in my domination pick right now. I think Louis is just going to walk to cultural victory. I don't think anyone's going to do anything to stop him. I think he's just going to walk to a cultural win at this point. Louis is the only one on this map who was likely to win by culture, and I don't think his land was especially good, but just events have played out such that a cultural ending looks pretty likely at this point. Because he's already at 18k, and wait, his third city is what? Orleans, right? Well, it just dropped back a little bit. But, I mean, he's still looking like an early, like 310-ish, 315 finish. That's true. Wainakopek also has 2-time cultural traits. That's true. Wainakopek's also always a possibility to win by culture. Oh yeah, I can check Lyon up here as well. It's about the same, but it's a little. This city just has more culture. Cause like it has 4,000 more culture, so that's even though that just means it's more likely to finish. Okay, let's see. So Wainakopek is still sieging up here. He has this monster stack. 70 units in it now. And, wow, Louis could absolutely mess somebody up, but he seems to have no interest in fighting a war. I don't think Wainakopek could run over enough of the map to win by domination before Louis can escape with a cultural victory in this one. Although Louis is leading in score, and he is leading in tech as well, so it's not like he is in an undeserved position here if he wins by culture. He's been playing really well. Is Toko on rifling? Yeah, he is on rifling. It looks like he's going to have that. Also, interesting, we could have a UN situation here as well. So if Louis built the UN, let's see, this is how people feel about him. Wainakopek could vote for him. Would the two of them be enough to win by diplomacy? Probably not. But it could be close. That is just such a big stack. Where is why is Tokugawa building like a grocer and a security bureau right now? He doesn't seem to be defending Izumo very well. So What really needs to happen for anyone else to have a shot at this is someone needs to attack Louis. But like the only one who could realistically attack Louis is Wayne and Wayne is friendly with him because of that huge mutual military struggle. It's literally the same thing as last week. Darius was like, someone needed to stop Darius, but everyone that bordered him was pleased with him, and they were all leaders that wouldn't declare it pleased. Now like for the rest of the field, they need someone to stop Louis, but the only one who borders him is Wayne, and he won't declare war at friendly. No AI leader will. So we once again have a leader in the corner that's just like, I don't need that much territory. I can just stay on a... Like, this is a pretty modest amount of territory for Louis. He only has, what, 9 cities, I think? It's like, it's not a big empire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he has 9 cities. And that's after capturing 2 of them in that war. Also, Tokugawa, I guess he's trying to finish rifling here. He just finished rifles. But Wayne is also on the rifling line, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Wayne going to have rifles soon, too. So this is not looking good for Tokugawa. Yeah, I mean, Wayne best chance is probably to try to win by domination. I just don't think he has enough time for that. Because, like, we're already down to 60-ish turns for the game to be over. I don't think he's going to have enough time. Where's the Korean stack forming? Good question. It looks like it's here in... It looks like it's here in Nara, I think. Which means Toko is probably almost certainly going to be 2v1'd again. I mean, the issue is Louis will build the UN, and then Wayne will be nominated as his opponent, and then they'll split the vote if it goes for Diplo victory. Louis is researching artillery. So yeah, not a super fast game in terms of research, but like... Because, like, if Louis were going for a spaceship, look how many techs he would still need for the spaceship. Like, we would be looking at, like, a turn 350 spaceship. Because he is missing an awful lot. But he doesn't need to go for a turn. He doesn't need to finish the spaceship. I actually think Wayne could maybe outrace him to space. Because Wayne going to be picking up more territory. But, as I said, he doesn't need to go to space. He just has to get across the cultural finish line. And he's been doing that nonstop, like, the whole game. Toku did settle that fishing village. Oh, yeah, he did. Wow. Good call. He actually did. And there's the word declaration that we were expecting, right? Louis also building Christos. Now he doesn't have to lose turns in anarchy. I think Toku is pretty dead here. Like, I don't really see how he can survive this latest 2v1. He put up an amazing fight, but just he has been on the wrong side of the dog piles the entire game. Just like same as Washington. Washington also put up an amazing fight, but he was just also on the wrong side of the dog piles. Also, we're now down to 41 turns remaining, so this game does not have much longer to go. Louis just... I mean, he's just been in culture mode, and he's done the culture thing this game. Oh, 9 wars. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you. 2 games in a row where someone just went heavy, heavy, heavy culture, and just the other AIs just kind of didn't punish them for it. Thank you for reminding me, everybody. So that's not like the most common outcome, but sometimes we get those games where just for a variety of reasons, we don't, the AI that just tries to go super heavy culture does not get punished. I still wonder what this game will look like if the Wayne versus Tokugawa war doesn't happen. I still feel like that was the turning point of this game, was because Tokugawa has never attacked Frederick. Like this ridiculously weak AI leader on his border that was half his size, somehow he was never able to take over this leader. Which you can't tell me that doesn't happen in other games. I just feel like that there's many other games where Toku takes over Frederick and then he's just like... he has like 15 cities and then it's just like the snowball's on. But that one war just really threw the game into a loop. And at that point it was just kind of free for Louis to just go the culture route, and like nobody ever... So like part of the reason why I didn't want to pick Louis in this game is I was like, Washington's gonna fight him and he's not gonna be able to do the culture thing because he's gonna be in like this life or death war against Washington. And that did happen, but then he got out of that war and then just like avoided any other... He just kind of avoided any conflicts the rest of the game. It was really well played. But I also don't think that happens in every game. Uh, Again, guys, I don't know how to tell you this. Wayne Kopak and Louis will each be against each other in the vote. They will split the vote. There is no chance of a Diplo victory here. Yes, Paris has already gone legendary. There's no chance for a Diplo victory. The only ones who love each other, I mean, even if Wayne Khan votes for Wayne, I guess Wayne Khan loves him now. Oh, because they have the mutual military struggle. Even Wayne Khan voting for Wayne Kopak is not enough to win. And I mean, maybe I'm just completely wrong, but they're two together. Yeah, I mean, they only have 50% of world population. That's not enough, even if Wayne Khan votes for him. It's just together. Now, maybe if they... Okay, now, there is a chance... there is a chance here, if they take enough population off Tokugawa, if they take all of Tokugawa's territory, then yes, maybe that is possible then. Because Toku has what? Yeah, okay, yeah. If they completely take over all of Toku's territory, and it comes up to a Diplo victory vote, then it actually is possible then. Which would mean Wayne Kopak would win and Louis would get second, which is wild. But that could happen, and that would be yet another example of Wayne Khan trolling us all. I don't even know why Wayne Kopak's running his state religion anyway. I guess he spread missionaries up there. Yeah, I guess Wayne Khan converted him at some point. Ran missionaries up there and converted him. Evidently that's how. Did Wayne Kopak lose all his troops? I think he did because he was attacking into rifles. But his new army is based on rifles. Anyway, so that is a possibility. We'll see if they call for a victory vote. The problem is they're going to need to take a lot of territory off Tokugawa to pull that off. A Diplo victory by Team Evil being voted in by Team Food. If Wayne Khan's score goes high enough, you could see Wayne Kopak first, Wayne Khan second. That would be tough to pass Louis in score, but it's not impossible. They seem to be having a lot of trouble with... Okay, this is not a victory resolution anyway. They seem to be having some real trouble getting through the defenses in Tokugawa's cities. Anyway, we should check back in to see how close Orleans is getting to the cultural victory. I don't think it's that far off now. Okay, everybody voted for the... yeah, only 26 turns now. That's not far off. That'd be turn 306. Oh, okay. I was not expecting that. Okay. Louis does not want Wayne Kopak to get a top 2 finish? What? What is going on? Oof. Yeah, you guys said... people said a couple turns ago Wayne Kopak lost his army. He definitely did against Tokugawa. Wayne Kopak is barely ahead of Wayne Khan in score. He's going to drop below Wayne Khan in score here. Yeah, he's going to drop below Wayne Khan in score. Unless something really wacky happens here. Classic Louis. Yeah, he does seem to backstab a lot. I wonder if he was bought into this war by Wayne Khan. Well, for the moment... oh, and Wayne Khan... Okay. Made peace with Tokugawa. If Tokugawa could somehow get above Wayne Kopak in score and above Wayne Khan in score, I could have the positions reversed, but I don't think that's happening. Well, that will help Wayne Kopak. He definitely needed to get out of this war. That'll help Tokugawa. If Tokugawa could have ever taken over Frederick's territory, that would have been very, very nice in this game, but no. Anyway, to some extent, this is all a sideshow. Oof. Well, Wayne Khan has now passed Washington in score for the coveted top 2 finish. We're also down to just 21 turns remaining in this game. So, not a lot of time left in this one. Is Freddy plotting again? No, he is not. I thought for a second he was, but no. Yeah, these cities that are culturally crushed by Louis' dominant culture, it's difficult for Wayne Kopak to hold them. I don't know that Louis is going to make that much more progress, but Boston is going to be hard for Wanakopek to hold. Meanwhile, yet again, Tokugawa and... Wait, Wang Khan doesn't have rifles yet? What the... Oh, he still doesn't have rifles. That's why he's not doing anything against Wang Khan. Or that's why Wang Khan's not doing anything against Toku. Tokugawa could actually make progress against him here because it's rifles and calves against medieval units here. Somehow Tokugawa is still alive in this game. I am very impressed. Okay, Wanakopek changing the civics. He's up against artillery, though. Oh, he took back Philadelphia, apparently. Now he's jumped back in front of Wang Khan again. Okay. Well, Team Evil definitely is... Oh, and Tokugawa made peace with Wang Khan. Okay. Okay. Alright. So Tokugawa is out of the war, is out of warring yet again, although he did lose Satsuma that time. More importantly, Wang Khan is now out of conflict, so he could declare on someone again. And we have 20 turns left, roughly. Well, this keeps going up and down, depending on what Louis is building in there. 20-ish turns remaining. What if Wang... Yeah, what if Wang... oh my god, what if Wanakopek somehow took one of the cultural cities? Well, that would be something. They're here, here, and here. If he somehow took one of the cultural cities, that would be pretty amazing. I don't see that happening, let me put it that way. Because power-wise, Louis is definitely stronger. Oh, I see why. Wang Khan apparently signed peace because he just got bushwhacked by... by the way, look at Frederick's power. A straight line. One of the Korean stacks got whacked pretty badly. I mean, that would be hilarious if Wanakopek somehow took out one of the 3 legendary cities, but a little bit unlikely. I also want to notice Louis has never turned on the slider in this game. He just has a ridiculous amount of culture. He has 6 religions in his cities over here. 6 religions in this city. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Well, he has 5, or... Well, he only has 4 in this city. Okay. 16 turns remaining. So it looks like we're only going to have 1 elimination in this game. Now, Wanakopek has dropped below Wang Khan again in score, although that city might get taken back yet again. Oh, but they signed peace. Okay. Wow. Okay, now everyone's at peace? Everyone's at peace. Okay. Can we have one more war? This sucks. We're gonna have all these leaders in the wildcard game. I don't like having a giant wildcard game. Probably gonna have to do 2 wildcard games again if we end up with all these. Yeah, the non-slider. What is with everybody refusing to run the slider but still going for cultural victories anyway? That seems... Yeah, it does seem like it locks Wang Khan ahead of Wanakopek here. The only thing is, what we could have happen... This is not out of the question. We could have Tokugawa declare war on Wang Khan and take, like, Satsuma and Nara, and then that might be enough to flip it back, score-wise. Hard to say. Alright, well, let's just see. Apparently Louis plotting another war. What is this guy doing? Who does he even not like? He doesn't like Wang... Oh, he doesn't like Wang Khan. Everybody adopts environmentalism. I'll do up to 11 in a wildcard game, but if we get to 12, we just do 2 games of 6 like we did last year. I won't do a game of more than 12. It's just too many leaders. I'd rather do 2 games of 6 than a game of 12. It's just ridiculous. Louis could attack... Oh, that's right. Louis could attack Wang Khan and drop him back below Wanakopek as well. I mean, we don't have that many more turns to go. He's the worst... Look at this. Worst enemy of everyone in the game, apparently. Except Louis. So now we've got 13 turns left. Again, we're looking at something just after turn 305. So if hopefully your victory date was relatively early. I'm glad I did turn 325 and not turn 330 like I was thinking of. But if we can get one more war for 11, I'd go out with 11 wars here. That was my prediction. All right, is anybody... Okay, there's the second city going legendary. So you're apparently plotting war. You are not. You are apparently plotting war. All right, you are apparently plotting war, and you are terrified of the rest of the field. I kind of wish that we weren't about to hit a cultural victory. I feel like this game is like not over. I feel like this game should go on. It's actually pretty exciting right now. It just feels very unresolved. Like I almost wish we could kind of turn the cultural victory off right now. 11 turns for your perfect Louis Wangcon fantasy team to go off. Sure. I mean, like, I think Louis wins from here, but like, it's not Garrett. It's still not impossible that someone else could rise up. Like, Louis winning is definitely a deserved outcome because, like, he would probably win by space or domination if he wasn't going culture. Apparently, we still have 9 more turns to go. But, like, I do just kind of wish we could see more of this game. It's been very entertaining. Also, it would have been neat if someone had ever called a victory vote in the UN, but no one ever did. All right, are we going to have any late game fireworks here? Are we going to have any more wars? Again, multiple people were plotting wars. Apparently. We only have like half a dozen turns left here. It was kind of a weird game. Yeah, I mean, I think Winecon definitely played well enough to deserve a top 2 spot. The fact that Wynakopek has been so close and is right on the verge of getting a top 2 spot from just a bad starting position is pretty impressive. Like, he's been right there in this game. I feel like Tokugawa was pretty unlucky in how the wars played out. And I feel like the top 4 were all pretty deserving of a spot. Frederick has, been awful in this game. All right, 4 turns to go. Will we have another war declaration, or are we going to stay on the 10? I am hoping that we have one more for the 11. Louis just got a great artist. Did he just use it? Well, if he fires... I mean, it almost doesn't matter if he fires off the great artist or not, but you're right. He did just get it. He just got one this turn, so this is probably ending on the next turn, because they'll probably just walk it in here and fire the culture bomb. So that's probably it. He hasn't used it yet. Did he merge it in as a super specialist? Well, it's 2 turns regardless at this point. Louis signs defensive pact with Tokugawa. Okay. If the game had gone on longer, that could have led to some really weird stuff happening. Well, this is the last turn. Oh! Yes! The last turn of the game! One final war! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, the 11th war. My savior. Why didn't you do that? Why couldn't you have fought Frederick earlier in this game, Tokugawa? Why couldn't you have fought him earlier in the game? Turn 305. He would, if the game had gone on, he would have taken over Frederick eventually. But he probably would. The thing is, though, yeah, because Frederick with the straight bar graph line on here. If there is a war on the final turn, we will count it, yes. We would count it if there's a war on the final turn. That's correct. That's been the way we've handled it in past seasons. So nobody declare war on this last turn, okay? There's Louis winning the cultural victory. We'll have to see in the event logger if there was a war on the last turn. I don't think there was. So let me mark this down. Culture again, turn 306. 306. Just to get that down. All right, let's look at the graphs here at the end. We'll be able to see if there was a war declaration on the final turn, but I don't think there was. I mean, the story of this game is really that Louis was able to go culture mode the whole game and, like, not be punished for it. Washington did punish him initially, but Wynakopek rode to Louis' rescue, and then he... like, because Wynakopek kept Washington occupied, Louis was able to get back into culture mode. So, like, that was one of the 2 things, was signing peace. Yeah, Wynakopek declares war on Washington, rides into the rescue, so they're able to get peace. And then this is the other turning point in the game. Tokugawa declares war on Wynakopek. Out of all the options, I don't feel like that was the most likely one. I feel like either Frederick or Wangcon would have been so much more likely. And like that would have the game would have been so different because at that point, wasn't. I think Washington was still in a 2v1 at that point. Like, I think that Wynakopek and Louis were still in a 2v1 here. We might have seen Washington get rolled up much, much earlier in this game. Or Tokugawa could have maybe attacked Frederick, and he might have been able to just kill Frederick really quickly. Or he attacks Wang Khan, and then it's just a 1v1 between these two instead of being a 3v1. But, like, this just neutralized Tokugawa. He was starting to run away. He was really starting to snowball, and this just stopped his snowball cold. Alternately, Wynakopek was starting to snowball as well, and this stopped Wynakopek's snowball as well. And then Frederick literally declaring war 2 turns later. If Toku just literally does nothing, and and then Frederick attacks him, Toku takes over Frederick's land, and he's just off and rolling. And then when what's his name? When Wang Khan attacks later, like, he has two civs worth of territory. Like, just like that was such a gigantic turning moment in the game. And all that, and like the long-term effect was massive stalemate, right? Stalemate between these guys, stalemate here, stalemate here. It just buys Louis so much time. Like, he had 100 turns to sit in culture mode. Everyone else is fighting, and he's just like running missionaries around and building temples. Like 100 turns to do that while everyone else is fighting. Just a huge, and I mean a huge benefit. And like after that point, it looked like Wang Khan might actually snowball himself, but like that didn't happen because Tokugawa just defended so well. All right. Is that the end? Did we have a... No! Why? No! We had another declaration of war on the final turn. No! Why? 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 No! How does that happen? How does that happen on the last turn? I'm fine. Wynakopek letting me down one last time. The last interturn. No. Why? Why do we have to go to 12 on the final turn? Oh. Wynakopek tells it was me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Why? Why the last turn? Why do you get my hopes up? We have the final turn of the game, we get to 11, and then the final interturn after that, we get to 12. Why? Why does... I swear I have the best luck when it comes to this game. I have a half decent score. I'll take what I can get in this one, but other people definitely scored way better.